Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston
Hello, Friday, December 16th, the Pat McAfee Show. I'm AJ Hawk. I am not Pat McAfee, sitting in for Pat as he was in Seattle. He's in Vegas this morning. Football is what he was watching last night up in the booth, wasn't he, boys? Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video. Still not sure exactly how they want us to speak about that, but 49ers obviously win 21-13 over the Seahawks. Ty, first impressions of the game. Brock Purdy obviously plays very, very well. Kind of continues what we have seen him do earlier this season. What do you think of the game?
They're just very, very good. Their defense is so good.
Kills people, too. Causes fumble. Man, I'm sorry to cut you off, Ty, but their defense gets me excited.
Even that and just, like, you know, when they did have opportunities, like when they protected Gino, like the windows are just so tight. Like, they're unbelievable on the back end. Their linebackers are unbelievable. They get pressure with their defensive line. Like, although the Seahawks went down and scored, and it only ended up being an 8-point game. Like, at no point last night did it feel like the Seahawks had any chance to win that game. Like, the Niners are just tough, man. They're just very tough.
Ooh, and just real quick, we got to make sure, guys, what happened last night? We reversed the curse, correct?
Yes.
That's right. Super Boost is
right.
He hit in the first half. Are you kidding me? Diggs, this is for you.
Come on.
What? Credit to you. I know Pat put it together. I don't know who put it together.
No,
Pat did.
Pat put this one together and said, I want to swing big, right? And it was, what was the odds again?
Plus 750.
Yeah.
Plus 750. It feels good, doesn't it? Now
Once
we're back on track. Who's doing Sunday?
Pat.
Oh, Pat, yeah.
Pat's
Pat
doing
keeps
Sunday.
it
Yeah,
going.
you got to keep going.
Hot
Of course. That's amazing. This thing happens right before the first half ends, right?
Uh-huh.
What does it say? They'll be paying out more than $7.7 million thanks to this Super Boost.
It's a big hit.
Look at this.
Let's
Good
go.
job. Congrats. Oh, man. Pat will be with us actually here in a little bit. We talked to him a little bit ago from his hotel in Vegas. He had a late night flying back from Seattle. He was out at the game with Kirk and Al and the whole crew, so he'll join us here shortly. But as far as the game goes with McCaffrey, that dude obviously – like, he brings a whole different world to this offense.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
just see what he can do, the fact when he put his foot in the ground, he's downhill. And with this offensive line, the one play that ended the game where they ran down to the 1 or 2 yard line, I was talking to the boys a little bit earlier. Jeff Swartz actually broke it down online. He showed you this is like the most perfectly blocked play ever. And he went through each position. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. You had to make one dude miss, and then, boom, off to the races. Here we go. Make that safety miss, and we're gone. Some people say he should have maybe slid down, went down.
He purposely slowed down.
I don't blame him. Yeah, he did. He didn't want to go out of bounds.
Yeah.
So rookie running back. Let him get
How do you
into
not?
the end zone.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, first off, you're getting the ball here as a rookie running back,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, I'm going to score. This is unbelievable. He probably felt the whole crowd just go silent too as they're standing up to walk out when they see this happening. And then he gets knocked out of bounds, whatever. Luckily, nothing happened. They win. Maybe he could have gone a little low and dove for the pylon, possibly.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, give the guy a
Cares?
break.
I give him absolutely.
You're tired. You're tired.
Score,
You're
man.
That far, you're tired.
Yeah. 55
tired,
yard
right?
scamper.
All
you
tuckered
kidding me?
out.
in Seattle.
Fourth quarter, all tuckered out.
It's a little cold.
How did Pat do? He was up in the booth. He didn't get to prowl the sidelines, did he?
No, I didn't have
didn't
enough
see it.
passes.
Yeah, I
only
didn't
had
see.
like 2,000 of them.
Oh, really? He was 2001 on the
Yeah,
list of getting them?
apparently.
Close, but yeah.
Really? What'd you think of the game, Con, man?
I mean, yeah, like Ty said, the Niners.
Can the Niners
so
win it
good.
all?
Absolutely.
With Brock Purdy?
I think, yeah, with Brock Purdy, and that's kind of what I drew from it is, they're without Debo. Like it's almost more so like credit to what Shanahan does. Like you can say, like, yeah, he makes it very easy on his quarterback. He also makes it very easy on his running back. He also makes it really easy on his tight end. Like everybody that is on that offense is playing very well, but they're also all in unbelievable positions to make plays. Like I don't know what Shanahan does in the offseason, if he just makes new shit like Andy Reid does. But what he's doing is unbelievable. I mean, the fact that they're on their third quarterback and they've won 7 straight games is one thing. And also, you think about how many coaches Shanahan has lost every year for the last, 3 seasons.
People forget Bob Saleh. They're like, their defense, when Bob Saleh leaves, they're not going to be the same.
Exactly.
Okay. Now we have another guy that's probably going to become a head coach within months, right? And D'Amico Ryans.
For sure.
He's getting pumped up. D'Amico and I came in, I think, at the same time in the same draft class. And, man, he was a class act from the jump. I remember seeing him at a few college things, always super smart. Even back when you're dumb and in college, all of us are meeting up with these things, and you're thinking, okay, our 21-year-old brains. D'Amico just always seemed a lot more mature and older than us, even though he was our age about. So,
well, I mean, that's just the 49ers way. They only get guys who are older and mature. But we were talking about it before the show. Like, if you're the Seahawks, obviously you're 7-7. You've definitely overperformed on the season, and Geno Smith played, very, very well. But like, if you're in that, top 10 pick range, and you have a quarterback who you can still give a 2 or 3 year deal, we were talking about, like, is Geno Smith going to get a 5-year deal? Like, is he worth the 5-year investment?
I can't. He's 33 years old, correct?
Yeah, 32, 33.
Around there, right? Would you give him a 5-year deal?
No.
Would you give any 33-year-old a 5-year deal?
No.
I mean, the quarterback position is different than every other position, but still.
Depends on which quarterback.
And it depends what that 5 years looks like. Is there an opt-out after, like, 2 for the team, where there's a lot of these contracts with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
After, like, 2, it's really a 2-year deal with an option after that if the team wants to keep him around.
I would imagine after this Russ deal, too, a lot of teams are going to take a long, hard look at it before, because I think he was 33, when they did that deal, and it's like, hey, this is a guy who everyone, he's supposed to be like a first ballot Hall of Famer, and we've seen what he's done this year. Like, that. Going out there and playing the way like Brady and like Rodgers and some of these other guys have when they get a little bit older, like that is not the norm. Like those guys are outliers, and I think just because that is the case for a couple guys, like that doesn't mean that like there is no reason for the Seahawks to give Geno a 5-year deal. Like at
all.
Yeah.
And like, what do you think they want? They want to throw out there maybe a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll put some good incentives in here. We'll give you a good chunk of money guaranteed, but we can't commit for 5 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So he can start next year, and he's making more money than he ever has in the league. And if they draft a guy, it doesn't put a bunch of shit on his shoulders. Like, hey, you have to go out and win right away in a tough division like that. Like I think that makes the most sense, because the last thing you want to do, especially with like John Schneider has played this entire situation perfectly, and then to give Geno a 5-year deal, and if he plays like shit next year, then it's like, oh well, we made a massive mistake, and now we're tied to this guy.
Yeah, if you give him a 5-year deal too, do you just say, okay, fuck it, like we'll be in the top 10 as far as drafting next year, so we'll be able to draft a quarterback then? Like, it feels like no matter what, and we were saying this with the Lions, like even though Goff's played unbelievable, very similar situation to Seattle. Geno's played unbelievable. Do you expect to have a top 10 pick every year? Like, are you going into next season saying, hey, is a win-win because we'll either be good or we'll be terrible and we'll be able to get a quarterback? Or do you just use the picks that, were traded to them? Because I believe they both have 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, use that
good spot.
Yeah, use that top 10 pick to just get a quarterback and then, see if he's a guy. And, obviously you can say, well, San Francisco, they didn't have to do that with Trey Lance because they can put any guy like Brock Purdy in the system and then they can, go on. But they're not trading up. Like, they've already – they have, and who knows about the whole won the trade thing, because if the Broncos win the Super Bowl next year, then it's hard to say that Seattle won the trade. But at the moment, like, they have a unbelievable situation where they have a good, veteran quarterback who could be a mentor if you sign him to a 2 or 3 year deal. And then you have that top 10 pick where you can take a quarterback. That guy doesn't have any pressure. It's like, hey, you're not coming in to be the starter and, like, turn this franchise around. Like, we're already a pretty good team. We need you to come in and be like the future, not the immediate right now.
Yeah, we're not putting the whole franchise on you the day you walk in the door. Yeah,
exactly.
Diggs, you were looking at me. You had something.
AJ, I just...
Yes, I hope this is on camera.
No. It's just like, it's hard to say, like, with the... You never know. Like, at 33 years old, the guy's had one good season. Probably not going to...
Well, he's going to, and he rightfully should. Like, his agent's going to go to them and say, "Oh, no, look at what we have done. Look at what we have done to this whole. This was supposed to be a rebuilding year. Geno has saved a lot of different things going on here, and like he's really covered up a lot of what could have looked really bad if Geno did play poorly and they lost a ton of games. Like, then Denver looks really bad, and Seattle like, okay, now we're both screwed in this whole situation. But so he's going to go to the table and try to fight for something. I just don't know what that looks like. I mean, if they pay him $20 million a year, they can easily do that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Simple.
Right?
Yeah.
But do you think he'd be okay with that?
You would hope.
2 years, $50 million. Can you do that? Is that a deal?
Yeah. What's he making this year?
I don't know.
Like, what if the
Something I should have looked up.
What if Seattle sends him the contract for like 2 years, $20 million? He doesn't write back.
Well,
true.
They wrote me off, right, Diggs?
Yeah,
And
he didn't write back.
though.
He didn't. Did he trademark that?
I believe he did. Yeah.
So what do we have? He has merch and stuff, or what?
Probably.
Yeah. So go check
Hats.
that out somewhere.
Do we have to say TM after we say that?
Yeah,
or-
you do.
Or dash Geno Smith.
Dash Gino, or give his Twitter, like shout out his Twitter account.
Yeah. At Smith is the man 7, something like
Right.
that.
Oh,
probably.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Twitter handle.
Yeah, that's what it should be. But with Seattle, like they're 7-7 if they don't go to the playoffs.
What's how many games they need to win to make the playoffs? You think? What's the record need to be?
They're 7-7. If the Lions win, then the Lions are 7-7. If the Packers win, then they're a
6-8.
game.
Seattle losing
Yeah.
screwed the Packers, though, right?
No,
No.
opposite.
No, my
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, that's right. That's what we want.
They need
Help
a
the
lot to
Lions,
happen.
help
They have to win
everybody.
out. A lot to happen.
All these teams now do because, like, I mean, the
Yeah, here we
six and
go.
here we go. The 6-7 seed they're playing this weekend in the NFC.
Man, this is going to be fun to watch. The last couple of, we're guaranteed the last week to have all kind of games that matter, aren't
Yeah.
we?
Well,
Yes.
the
Last 2
NFC,
weeks.
the NFC, I don't think will change after this weekend because Seattle lost. Like either way, whether it's the Giants or the Commanders, one team will be 7-6-1, and they're still in that spot. But yeah, if the Lions win, then they're in it, and same with the Packers. Like there are so many different scenarios, and the AFC is the same. This feels like the most longest into the season where those last 2 spots on both sides are completely up in the air. Because I mean,
Everybody's 5-8 or 4-9.
Yeah.
Like it feels like the whole NFC.
yeah, it's wild, and that's why
Except for the
like,
Bears.
Bears, Zeta. Oh,
Come on.
They're eliminated already. Zeta.
Yeah, we are.
Next
Move
year,
on.
though. Next year, though, right?
Yeah, next
So
year's our
much.
year.
Justin Fields. There's so much
So
hope, so much
much
potential,
money.
right? The ceiling is the roof.
A little
Right?
higher,
What did
yeah, a
Jordan
little
say?
higher.
Is
Yeah.
that Jordan?
the floor is the ceiling.
The floor is the ceiling. We get what you're saying, Mike. Where is Michael Jordan? I've been seeing some of those clips pop up in different podcasts.
He's
and
on the fucking
They
MVP
talk stories
trophies
about him.
where he's at. Where
Yeah,
he
he
should
is.
Be.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right where he should be.
So from now on, it's the Michael Jordan most valuable player.
Yeah. Bingo.
Yeah, that's
as
right.
it should be.
Are they going to change the logo to Kobe? Have you heard?
That'd be
I
cool.
don't know.
I
'cause
heard
they did
rumblings.
they did give Jerry West a trophy, so it would make sense if they changed the logo.
Jerry West is the logo,
he
correct?
is the
Still.
logo now. Yes,
He's still alive.
Him and
doing well.
Kobe.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Kobe were very close, so I'm sure he'd be fine with it.
absolutely.
What if he said, like, hey, just wait till I pass and then do it? You think he tells them that?
I think he says he doesn't want
Sure.
to be the logo in general.
Oh, he does?
He does not
He
want to be
seemed
the logo.
in that
exactly
in that documentary. He seemed like a bright and pleasant, fun guy.
Yeah,
Well,
he
that
might say
wasn't a
that.
documentary.
Celtics.
I would be pissed if I was him, whether he is that person or not. Which there's no way he thinks he's the guy that he was portrayed as in the Lakers documentary or docu-series
It was
slash
off-
It was neither of
scripted
those
series.
things. Okay.
Scripted
Well, I mean-
series, but it was based on a book. So a lot of people
Who
say,
wrote
like,
the
hey,
book?
This is
Yeah, who did write the book?
I don't know who
Like
wrote
Jeff
the fucking
Pearlman.
book. Yeah,
Was it
some-
Jeannie Buss?
Was it Rob Bell?
It
Nope,
was not
that's
Rob Bell.
Keanu Reeves over here.
Was it Dr. Jerry Buss?
It
I
wasn't.
don't
Dr.
think so.
Jeannie Buss,
Huh?
Is Jeannie a doctor?
I think.
Could be.
I don't believe so.
She's not?
She was in Playboy, though.
So, was she really?
Really?
Jeannie
Uh-huh.
Buss?
Yeah.
As she was the owner of the Lakers? Was Phil in
Daughter.
there?
He
Was
was
Phil
the-
wearing a thong next to her?
No, Phil
Yeah,
that
wasn't.
would've been
Yep.
sweet.
Have
How
you
long
seen
were her
the-
and Phil together?
Phil
Long time.
Jackson?
Remember, he and Jeannie Buss were an item for a
I
long
believe
time.
they
yeah.
just
An
recently
item,
got divorced.
my
Oh, yeah.
parents say. They were never married.
Or they broke
No.
it off.
No, but they
whatever.
were
They
together.
were going steady for a long time.
They
right?
were going steady for a long time. Yeah.
They were actually
Saved
in
by
the,
the Bell.
they were in the Shaq documentary together as well at Phil's house in
17 years they
Montana.
dated.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Can't tie Phil down. No, Phil don't want to wear a ring. He's not
No.
getting married, is he? Wonder what happens after 17 years
He's
when you're
already
like
got
70
6
and you
of them.
break up.
9 of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
you're
of his
right.
own.
He's got enough rings. He doesn't need another one. And then he went and became the Knicks GM.
Yep.
Uh,
and they
yeah.
blew it
Crashed
up.
and burned pretty quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why? What did he do wrong?
Well,
Everything.
I know
yeah,
we're
he just
bouncing
didn't
around here
care.
topic to topic, but I would like to know, we're talking about greatness and elite performers, and Phil Jackson is one of those.
Yeah.
But he was not with the Knicks.
No, he wasn't with the Knicks, but you can talk about that with. I mean, we're talking about Jordan. It's not like Jordan has been, the most successful owner with the.
But Phil went from
Hornets.
a great, legendary coach to a GM that seemed like had no clue, right?
Yeah.
Or he wasn't the GM and coach. He was just the GM.
He's just a GM.
It's probably tough. He wanted to control. He probably wanted to be the coach too.
Well, he needed that guy from Chicago.
Yeah, I think he realized that
Security guy with
when
the curly hair?
Yeah,
No.
hit that guy.
That guy's a
And
beast.
also when
No, the
you
GM
don't
that
have Scottie
Gross.
Pippen, Michael Jordan, Shaq, and Kobe, it's a little bit tougher to win. You
Yeah,
know, when
tough.
you
Triangle
got a
offense.
couple bums who
You think
are
so?
playing in New York, a little bit tougher to win basketball games.
You think so? Yeah, I don't know, man. Quick pivot. We'll get that back to the game here quickly when Pat will be with us here in a few minutes, I think. Jim Irsay, you guys already talk about him burning heaters in the back of a golf
No.
cart at the owners' meetings, just holding court?
Did you see who was in the background?
No, who?
Ian.
Is he?
Yeah, Rap
Do we have this?
lingering back there.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, look at
There
Rap.
he is.
Rap Sheet's like, he doesn't want to fully commit to being part of the media scrum, but he wants to hear what Jim has to say. Is that
No,
what
he
Rap
wants,
Sheet's?
no, he wants to ask him for a cigarette.
Yeah,
but
he wants
he's-
to drag.
Wouldn't it be amazing if Ian was on the back, but he was facing forward and he's leaning over Jim's shoulder smoking his own cigarette?
I love that he's got the finger up. Like, hold on one second.
Or he
Let
was,
me fucking
how he was
rip this dart
monkeying,
real quick.
they put them together.
Are those Marlboro Blues or?
What do you think?
I heard
those
he was
are?
a Reds
Those are
guy.
definitely
Camel
Marlboro.
Blue?
By
Reds.
Marlboro, I meant Camel Blues.
That's
Camel
Marlboro
Blues.
Reds right there.
Yeah, I mean, it does have that Campbell kind.
It does, that's why-
Now,
they have a different kind of filter.
I
That
heard
tells me
he's
he
a
wears
classic.
these sport coats and ties, and these are like kind of like sweatpants, workout pants, and then some kind of running shoes or
Yeah, I
whatever.
believe his thing is always
That's so
business
awesome.
up top, casual on the bottom.
Comfortable.
Yeah, and he-
Smart.
And have some stupid belt riding all into his stomach and messing around.
You don't like belts?
I mean, I wear belts
Okay.
I don't.
because I have to get the waist really big on my pants so it fits over your cakes and your quads.
Sure.
Yeah, it makes
Evie
sense.
knows what I'm talking about, so does Todd.
Mine's actually the complete opposite. I have to have a belt because my waist is so tiny. Otherwise, my pants will just fall down.
Yeah, when
Do you
you're
know
skin
how
and
many people
bones.
despise you after
So
you hear
many.
you saying that?
Why
Evie?
can't you just
I
buy
cannot
smaller
gain weight.
pants?
I just try whatever I can. I can't do it.
What are you gonna do? This is me. It's
So
how I
many
was born.
people.
It's what do
Like
you always
Darius
say,
Butler.
AJ? It's genetics.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm not mad at you, Foxy.
I know.
You better go with it. You know,
know.
first day I met you, I was like, is this dude a male model or does he run the computers over here?
Why don't you just wear
computers.
skin tight jeans?
Me or Jim?
Why don't you?
Both.
I mean, jeans are kind of skin tight now, but they're stretchy. They have stretchy
Yeah.
material.
Athletic
You
fit.
wear skin tight jeans like Euro
Athletic
fits.
fit. No.
What?
What? I used to, and then I fucking started ranching.
Why don't you just wear like briefs and then paint jeans on your legs?
Briefs as in like whitey tighties or briefs as in?
No,
Yeah.
boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs.
All right.
Whitey tighties or whitey
I understand this is a sports show, but do any of you guys wear whitey tighties?
No.
You know how uncomfortable those would have to be?
Yeah, probably pretty
Pretty.
terrible.
Yeah, I can't imagine ever doing that. Maybe as a tiny kid I did. I'm not, you know what? All the boys in the back, I'm not even going to ask you because I'm sure it's true. And there's definitely a couple in there that wear streaked whitey tighties every day that are BVDs. BVDs, like I used to find sitting on the floor in Pistol's closet.
Do they still
Exactly.
sell
That would be for
those?
life.
That's the one place where you find him is your dad's fucking underwear drawer.
But okay, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah.
Wait, Pistol rocks
Do
them
they still make them?
No, Pistol doesn't rock him anymore because I think we gave him enough grief. Like, what are we doing here? There's a lot
giving
more,
a wedgie?
lot more comfortable situations here.
Yeah, there are plenty of better options. It makes no sense. to
There's
wear
only
those
better
things.
options,
Just
and
the
I wore
age.
silk boxers all through high school.
Yeah,
Hey,
those were
someone
bad.
does well.
I
did
loved that. Was the time.
That was
the
weird.
time when
Wow.
I was silk boxers, the most uncomfortable situation ever.
Worse is
I
when you
always won.
accidentally had only those for football practice.
Yep, that happened to me. Pull your cup, the Duke cup and jock over
yeah.
silk
Can't
boxers.
do
My
it.
coach, if my coach would have known, he would have kicked me off the team probably for how terrible that is.
Yeah.
And how much it doesn't work. And oh yeah, that's awful, man.
Wait, you played in Green Bay with silk boxers
No,
on?
high school.
Oh,
That'd be sweet.
I'd say late middle school,
cheetah print.
Yeah.
early high school. That was the era when silk boxers
They were
became.
sweet.
They
He
sell
switched
them
to
at Walmart.
satin when he went pro.
Yeah, you go to Walmart and you could buy like a little bottle of Brute for like
Oh, yeah.
like $1, and then some silk boxers for like 25 cents a piece.
You
Felt like
you
a
know
real-
what?
real
You
pro.
are a brute guy.
I was.
I know. I can.
The
I can
green
tell.
brute?
Yep. You're still
Yeah.
splashing it on your neck every morning. I
You know what? I
guarantee
might
it.
get. No, I've got back
Like your
into.
Macaulay Culkin.
I got
fucking-
Michael Jordan cologne back in my arsenal.
Oh.
I had that as a high schooler. I got
That's
it for-
worth a lot of money
I got it for
nowadays.
Christmas like 3 years in a row, and about 6 months ago, I ordered 2 bottles. Bam.
You use aftershave?
No, why?
Have you ever
I just
shaved?
figured you would. in
I
the
don't
mirror.
shave. Like I trim my face with clippers.
Aqua Velva.
I would if I needed to, like Kevin McAllister.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Home Alone.
That's how I pictured you doing.
When's the last time you shaved your face, Diggs?
Years.
I don't think I've ever seen Tony.
I actually have a
without
photo of him.
I don't think
shaved.
have I.
That's
I've
not
seen
shaved.
you,
I
Tone.
still got 5 o'clock shadow in that.
You definitely didn't have a beard when I first started doing stuff.
When I left the corporate world, I left the fucking blade behind.
Oh, you did.
I love
Did you
that.
like? Was it a weird thing, like a big ceremony? Did you like throw it and spit at it and put it by your cube?
No, I just left it in the shower.
Leave
and
this life
let it
behind?
rust for a few months until it started like just becoming weird.
Did you have group showers at your old job, like open showers, like you're on a football team?
No.
Locker
Do any
room?
jobs have
think,
that?
No, I don't think that's a big
Any
corporate.
jobs have open showers?
Yeah,
think
right.
so.
Work at a gym, maybe.
Yeah. Where's Pat? Is he around?
Vegas.
I just thought he'd want to chime in on this for sure. He's probably so pissed. He's sitting there watching it. We are talking about some of the game. The
covered the whole
game's
game.
great. Zach Wilson's going to start again this week. We'll get
Here
to
we
all
go.
of that. We absolutely will. But we can't jump and really sink our teeth into a whole lot because we're going to have Pat come on. I want to ask him about the game last night, being there in person. It looked okay. What did you guys feel? I remember D-Bot saying Amazon needs to find a way to bring the crowd noise back into the broadcast a little bit more. Ty, did you pay attention to that? Do you think at times I felt like, okay, I can kind of hear the 12s, but it still didn't have that huge, like, consistent, loud feel that I feel like big games usually have?
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, especially when you hear what everyone says, you know, what that stadium is like. Like that doesn't really come through on the broadcast, but it hasn't really come through on the broadcast in any of the games this year. And I remember, I can't remember. I think you were on the team still. The NFC Championship game when the onside kick up in Seattle, like watching that on Fox and remembering how fucking loud that was on like the TV copy. Like, it's insane.
They just have like, do they just have more mics than everybody else out there in the crowd and on the field? Like Fox has always had it for years. I've always noticed where they've always had, whether they pot it up, whatever it is, it's loud for them.
I mean, I just experience, I would assume that Amazon's still figuring all that kind of stuff out. I mean, this is only like the 10th or 12th game that they've done. Like Fox knows exactly what to do week in and week out. Like they're not running into any of those issues.
They also get the game of the week. So like the teams that the teams they're going to are usually good one in their big games.
And they have Jay Glazer working for them.
True.
Of course.
And you know who else started this whole situation? Who's about to jump on here? Pat McAfee. Mr. Pat, what's happening, buddy? Come on out here. Where are you?
Sir, how are we doing,
You
boys?
look jacked,
Good to
man.
see you guys.
Look good.
Do I look jocked? Or
And Mike sounds great. Everything. We talked about the game a little bit. How was it being there? Let us what was the atmosphere like being up in the booth?
So I heard you guys chit-chatting there a little bit about Amazon not being able to figure out the crowd noise, and I think as a spectator of Thursday Night Football for the first however many weeks it's been, I think Ty just said 10. I'm not 100% sure what the actual number is, but I've been watching and wondering the same thing. It's like, hey, kind of sounds a little bit like COVID year. You know what I mean? It seems like a little bit quiet. It almost sounds like there's some pumped in sound from the crowd. And I didn't know what was going to happen last night because it's Seattle, and the reason why I went out there is because good friend of mine, Kirk Herbstreit, who, before I get to anything, I guess, can you go split screen here, Foxy? Hey, thanks for your incredibly kind words in that athletic article. You hear me? AJ, I appreciate that. That was very, very nice of you, man. Honestly, I didn't know that they spoke to you. Ty, thank you for your incredibly kind words.
I gotta read it.
Ty gave me a heads up. A couple other people in the article gave me a heads up that they had been reached out to and that there was a reporter, snooping around to do a tale about me. And Ty told me immediately, Ty, appreciate you, fucking road dog, bro. And I appreciate your incredibly kind words, everything you said. AJ, thank you for being so nice. Michael Cole, thank him so much for fucking being kind and taking time out of his day to talk about me when I'm not even in WWE anymore. Kirk Herbstreit had a quote in there. Can't thank him enough. I talked to him last night on a plane ride back from Seattle to Las Vegas. I go, I think there's an article coming out about me tomorrow or whatever. And he goes, really? Plays dumb. This guy's sitting right next to me. Like, really? I'm like, yeah, I got a text from Richard Deitch from The Athletic. And he wanted to give me a professional courtesy a couple of days ago. Like, hey, there's an article coming out about you. I asked a bunch of people that you have worked with for some quotes. And I've named you the Sports Media Person of the Year for The Athletic and blah, blah, blah. And I was so incredibly grateful and taken back. I didn't know exactly what it was for, but I did know that Ty and a couple other people had given quotes. So whenever I was on the plane ride last night, it was, we got here 3 a.m. Eastern, 12:15 local from Seattle over here to Vegas, hour and 45-minute trip. Seattle's way out there. Hey,
top left.
Holy
Talk to
fuck.
Goomp. Talk to Goomp about that, I know.
I think I flew over Gump at one point, actually, because we went into Canada and we came back around it. I know I should have dropped something down and pulled him up. That would have been the right play, but they would have found him, I think, because of how glorious that beard is. But as we were flying back, to Vegas, it was the first time I remembered that article was coming out. I'm like, I wonder if that's out right now because it's already Friday on Eastern Standard Time. And Herbie goes, what's that? You would think they would ask me something or whatever. I'm like, okay, so I guess they didn't ask Herbie. Then I started wondering what's it going to be? Jimmy Guerrero, not Jimmy G from Game Day, spent time out of his life to say something nice and tell a story about me. Drew Gallagher, I think he's the producer of both Game Day Basketball and Game Day Football. He spent time out of his life to say something nice about me. I can't thank everybody enough for spending time out of their life and fucking saying nice things. I assume that is the last thing anybody would want to do is talk more about me. There's a lot of me. But I appreciate everybody showing their appreciation of what I try to bring, at least, into every single day. So that was a fucking cool thing to just read literally 4 minutes ago on the shitter here as I was getting ready to come in here. I had to figure out how to get an Athletic subscription to read that thing, but I did, and thank you so much to The Athletic for being incredibly kind. This is not something I normally get titled. To everybody in my life that took time out of their life to fucking say something nice. It was cool. It's just, with the way the world is right now, and with what we've been doing and how busy we've been, it was really cool to read people that I have a lot of respect for saying something nice about me. So, I normally hate this type of thing, but fucking thank you, AJ. Thank you, Ty. That was really cool. I needed that this morning, honestly. It felt really good. So thank you, boys, for your time.
Hey, man, I think it's awesome. You should accept that. Like, you should accept the praise or whatever people are saying about you. I think it's easy to shun it and be like, no, whatever. But no, like, there's certain things you should accept. Like, absolutely. Like, what you've done, what you're doing. So, yeah, like, when people try to say you can't, like, I think it's healthy to be like, you know what? This is cool. Like, I appreciate this.
Well, the reason why I thought it was cool, and once again, I do not know Richard Deitch. I know of Deitch. Like, I know he is a very prominent sports media person. He's been writing for a long time. He's been on my Twitter feed for a long time. And when he says something, it normally, it means something. So, like, hearing that he's involved with it, with how accomplished and esteemed he is, like, thankful that he took time to learn a little bit about me. But to listen to people that I respect and appreciate say things, like, man, that was a really cool morning. Really, really cool morning. And especially with the way the year's been. Very busy, not a lot of sleep. Obviously, my wife is pregnant. So it's nice to read some stuff where, like, I'm appreciated a little bit. And it was a cool thing. It was a very cool thing. I'm very thankful for it. And now let's move on. That Seattle game last night, okay? And we had our eyes on that super boost, didn't we, AJ? We had our eyes on it. Felt good. Yesterday morning, we woke up and we were super boost hunting. We were like, what, today seems a little bit different than maybe the days of the past where we had super boost, because today it seems like we know what the fuck's going to happen in this game. We're just 4 days removed from San Francisco 49ers proving their dominance and dominating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have Tom Brady, making them look amateur and childish. And in that same stadium, up there, Lumen Field in really far Seattle, but beautiful views, Seattle, they got dog walked by the Carolina Panthers, basically. So we had good sense that the Niners were going to cover. They did. We should have put that on the Super Boost. Ooh. Us choosing not to, certainly probably a smart one, because we got a plus 750 win. But also, I think we should have trusted ourselves a little bit more. We're at the time of year where I think us as a group, we should start trusting ourselves. We had a rough year. Okay. Yeah. Super Boost has been at the pit of misery hell for a long time, maybe 10 weeks, 2.5 some months since our last win there. But we felt confident last night. And when I flew all the way to beautiful Seattle and I get my boots on the ground, I thought I was going to be on the sideline.
Yeah, When did you learn that you wouldn't be?
As I was walking from a parking lot outside the stadium, 4 miles into the booth, okay? Because this stadium is huge. This is one of the largest, like, underground setups I've ever seen for a stadium. Walked a long way. As we're walking through there, the person that's walking me through there, her name was Sydney. She works for NBC and Amazon or whatever. Very nice lady. She was in charge of that. I was carrying Herb Street's bag because his bag was in the car that I got picked up in from the airport. He had this, like, suitcase that has the suit. It, like, folds up. I don't know. Shoot 70 pounds. Shoot 70 pounds. So she started carrying it, and I know, like, her job is probably to do that, but, like, I felt like an absolute asshole watching her struggle with this. I was like, do you want me to carry that? Like, I know it's your job. I don't want to, like, fucking undercut you and act like you can't do this. Like, that's not something I want to do. But I look like an asshole if you're going to just like, with how big that bag is and I'm walking next to you. I would rather just carry that bag if that's okay. So I carry that. I did not know what I was signing up for. There was almost a time where I had to take a break.
Did you give it back? You ask you, hey, you could do it quick next 500 yards for me? Like, what do you do?
No, but there was a couple moments where I almost had to ask for, like, a breather. Like, hey, can we take a break? Because
keep switching arms. You know what I mean? Does she get worried when you keep switching right arm, left arm? You throw it over your shoulder, this shoulder while you're doing?
Well, I had gloves and everything. So my gloves were big, poofy gloves because I thought I was going to be on the sideline. So, like, I was almost in, like, a rear naked choke from the handle at one point because I couldn't get my fucking glove out there. So, like, had to do a walk, pass by, change of hand. And she was like, do you need any help? I'm like, no. Definitely regretted it the entire time with how heavy it was, though. But as we're walking, sparking up conversation with people, I was like, where are we headed to? Where are we headed to? They're like, she was like, up to the booth. I was like, the booth? Okay, sweet. I'm going to be in the booth. She was like, yeah, we had like 300 bands for the entire company to get on the sideline, and by the time we found out when you were going, those 300 bands were already given away, so you're not going to be able to go to the sideline. You will be able to be in the booth, though. So immediately I was like, oh, boots on the ground, fucked. Like this is
300. I flew 300 people got on there on the field.
Big company, Seattle. You know what I mean? That's like kind of home base for them.
No,
but nonetheless,
okay. Yeah.
Let's move along. So it's at that moment as I'm carrying this like 70-pound suitcase walking through the stadium where I'm having a great interaction with everybody. Basically, I'm thinking to myself, the thing is called boots on the ground. And as soon as I get here, I'm told like, hey, sorry about it. Boots aren't going to be on the ground. Actually, they're going to be up in a booth. So I was like perturbed. Literally, like, should not have flown here. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. Then I get into the booth, and the way that booth was set up with how large it was, and getting to see like the Amazon folks are just the NBC folks. They just hired the NBC folks. Like the people that have been working with Al for like literally since 1979.
Yeah, his producer is Fred, right? It wasn't Fred there? I think Fred's done after this year, but he's famous.
Producer, spotter, statter, camera person, the booth foods. Like literally everybody has been with Al Michaels for like since 1979. That's a fucking act. I was starting to ask people. Yeah. So as I was in the middle of that, I'm like, oh, I'm getting the opportunity to sit in this booth with these people that have been a part of like almost every big moment in the history of sports. Anywhere that Al's been, which is almost fucking everywhere when it comes to sports world, all these people that I'm getting to watch work have been with him the entire time. And I was right on the fucking 50, because I was standing in a perch in the booth, right directly in line with the 50. In my eyesight, the top thing I could see on the other side was the down and distance and the quarter. And I had the perfect. Literally, I was in the perfect seat for everything that it was. Didn't have any distractions because everybody was in there working, so I was able to like watch the game. It was I can't thank the Amazon people enough for the hospitality, honestly. Whenever I heard I wasn't getting on the field and they had 300 people that were getting on the field, my immediate reaction was like, okay, fuck these people. I will remember this. I will remember this if we ever try to get into business or whatever. But I think they were like actually thinking to themselves, hey, not a lot of people get to be in the fucking booth. Like sideline, there's 300 people. You're going to be in the booth up here. It's a big booth. They had roasted chicken in there.
Wow.
I was eating roasted chicken, crab cakes. Last night was spectacular. It was big thank you to the Amazon people for the hospitality. Getting a chance to watch greats work. I was watching camera people. I had like 5 questions for them immediately following the game. Like, hey, you were flicking back and forth between blah, blah, blah and blah, blah, blah. Why were you doing that? And they were just telling me the game basically. Like, we do this. We think about this. We do this. Watching Al Michaels' spotter with his binocs and like what he's looking at, write down what he's looking at, pointing at a board for Al and like all this. It was awesome. And then, the best thing of all happens. A little early Christmas gift. Super boost. A little plus 750. Hey, plus 550 to begin with. Big bet. That's long odds. That's good payday. 100 to win 550. Boosted to plus 750. I get a chance to watch incredible, let alone Herb Street, who's been doing this for fucking 20 years at a high level. Him just kind of doing his thing and it's just being like, yeah, that's just Kirk Herbstreit over there. Watching him work, watching all the Amazon people work, and then in that first drive, where's the ball go for Shanahan? Purdy throws it to Kittle, and then he throws it to McCaffrey. And then he gives it back to McCaffrey. Then he gives it back to McCaffrey. Then he gives it back to McCaffrey. And then Kittle scores. It was like, oh, my God, we were in Kyle Shanahan's offensive meeting room. We knew exactly what was going to happen. And when that score takes place, after how much we saw them feeding Christian McCaffrey, I knew that the Super Boost was going to hit. I thought there's no chance that any fuckery takes us out of this one. No. Purdy was a dog, sat in the pocket. George Kittle, not only a road grader, but a fantastic receiving option. And Christian McCaffrey, watching him live and in person, and we've talked about this before. I mean, let's not even talk about the composure there of Brock Purdy with a double pump fake both ways, having his back to the defense, turning around. Now you see me, now you don't. Hitting the big Kittle, the big Iowa stud with a, hey, how you doing? Keep it moving. From Brock Purdy. I mean, just watching that team go in the first drive, I felt very good about the Super Boost. Christian McCaffrey, how we chatted about him like trying to get hurt seemingly, like last year and years past where he is exploding into contact and not looking out for himself at all. He still does that, by the way. It is watching it live, it is very much like at the end of the game when they had to win that thing and run the clock out, this dude was running like Chris Fuamatu Malafala. This dude was running like Jerome Bettis, dude. He's obviously there's big gaping holes with the way that scheme is and with the way the offensive line is. But at the end of the game, when they were trying to run out that clock, He was hitting 3-4 people just right into the middle of it, driving his legs. Like, this guy's a superstar. This guy's incredibly explosive, and he's not scared to do the dirty work. I love that. I love that Niners team, watching them in person. Got a little close there late. Thought we were going to have a game. If Brock Purdy's sitting in his own end zone in Seattle in a divisional game in prime time, this fucking Mr. Irrelevant guy, third down, late, in his own end zone, he delivers a strike for a first down. It's like, this dude – this guy's a guy. Mm-hmm. This guy's a guy. I don't know what they're going to do in the future. They're going to be fucked. Yeah. The Niners are going to be fucked no matter what they do. They trade the future of the program to get Trey Lance, but they also used the draft pick on Brock Purdy, and they found a guy at 262 that nobody else was able to find. I hope they are able to say yeah, we did do that, as opposed to what normally happens, which is we traded away the farm for this guy, so let's give this guy an opportunity. Not that Trey Lance doesn't deserve it, but this dude's a ball player, man. Sliding, staying in bounds, reaching for the first down, fucking genius. This is all the things you would hope that your quarterback would do. This dude's a rookie quarterback, has moxie. There was no chance this dude was going to play. This is like when Kirk Cousins was at the Washington football team that was formerly named something that people don't necessarily love, but there's a lot of merch still out there about. Sure. Whenever Kirk Cousins got drafted, it was like they traded the farm for RG3 at number 2. Then we're drafting you in at 4. Be a professional, trading like a starter and everything like that. It's like Trey Lance had the entire future of the company traded away for him. Jimmy G wasn't even with the team in training camp. Then he comes back hey, Purdy. Hey, Purdy just had to continue to just be I'm a guy. I'm going to train. And he's figured it out. Congrats to him. The Seattle Seahawks fans, I think that place is built to be loud. Yeah. It is built like this. Straight up. Straight up
bounces
and down.
Off each other. Hey, who raised the 12 flag early on? I know there was a game I played in where Sly Stallone did it, and it got me excited. I was pumped. Not sure his connection, but...
The one thing I couldn't see was the flag raising area over here to the right. Yeah, it was over here to the right. I couldn't see it. I think it was soccer players.
Yeah, was it the UFC guy? Because Mighty Mouse, Demetrius.
What year was it? Demetrius?
He was on the field at least pregame. I wasn't sure if that was who the fan was for the game.
I don't know. I do not know if it was who it was over there. I was in the middle of a combo too, but it got loud, obviously, as that was happening. It was about to be kickoff, and I was like, holy shit, this place is loud. And it wasn't filled up yet either. So there were still a lot of seats open because it's 5 o'clock local.
Jeez.
You know
that works. That's tough.
People are coming out of work and stuff. So before kickoff, it wasn't even filled up yet. People were still getting in. And I sat in some of the traffic that everybody else was sitting in to get to the stadium, which is downtown. It's downtown. North end, I think, of downtown, I believe. Downtown Seattle, I didn't get to see much of it. Drove through it. Seems like a nice place.
Was it Puget Sound right there?
Yeah. You stop at any of the stores out there?
You didn't throw any fish?
I didn't get to stop at any of the dispensaries. I guess Sean Kemp has a dispensary out there that's really good. I did not get to do that. Ooh. I was quick in and out. Boots on the ground. I was focused. Had a thing. But nonetheless, before it was even filled up, it was loud. And you could tell that it's an echo. You're hearing the same yell probably 4 times. It's coming off that other side. So, the volume of sound, I think, in there is just different because it's the same sound kind of put on a choir. You know what I mean? Because it's
just banging off it, so boom, boom, back and forth. Yeah.
Fucking loud, though. I will say it's loud. What was it on TV? I had ears in so I could hear Al and Kirk talk, which was awesome. I got to hear the broadcast. There's a TV right in front of me, and I'm sitting on the 50. It was last night was spectacular. Very thankful.
Yeah, that's way better than a field pass.
I think so too. And Herb Street inviting me, I'm very thankful for him doing that. And then it becoming the boots on the ground mission and paying off is obviously fantastic. But yeah, that was my first time up there. And I could see why people think that's the loudest place though, because you're hearing the yells 3 times. You know what I mean? It's boom, 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 boom.
Hey,
boom, boom, boom.
What about that
boom,
Niners
boom,
D?
boom.
Okay, so watching them in person, was it? Remember, you and I talk all the time. We went to the national championship last year, Alabama, Georgia, and we were watching Georgia's defense and Alabama's defense. And all I could talk about was how fast they would close on the ball. Oh, man, here we go. This is going to be a 15-yard gain. And they stop them for a 2-yard gain because they have 9 guys swarm and close so much ground. Was it like that watching the Niners last night?
So when you're watching the Niners defense on the field, it is hard not to just immediately acknowledge the pure size of fucking Bosa. Hey. He sprawls out too like a fucking predator.
That's how he walks too, and his stance is so
long.
In the leverage he has in his stance, it looks like he's just coiled, ready to. But yeah, he just looks different. You're right.
He I don't know if that's for intimidation purposes or not, but he could have probably done that. He does that, by the way, on this play. I think this is the play. I'm not 100% sure. When in the game is this play?
That was afterwards. That's the non-penalty.
Third quarter.
Yeah.
9 minutes, I think.
Yeah, Yeah, third quarter. So he gets this sack. Obviously, everybody goes crazy. He does the shrug thing. It's fantastic. He runs over to the sideline. Everybody on the sideline's doing it back to him, by the way. Everybody on the sideline's doing the shrug right back to him like this. It was sick. The next play, he just basically submarines 2 offensive linemen and a running back and the quarterback, and is at the bottom of a pile. Pass happens, but he makes that big-time sack, and then the next play he's at the bottom of a pile. Then the next play, he's sprawled out again. He's back in. It's like there's no plays off either. If you're a tackle, I think the guy did okay. He's a rookie tackle. I don't know what his life's going to be like forever. He's going to remember the night he had to fucking take on this thing, though. I assume he was thinking as it was lining up. His legs, dude, this fucking guy's legs are so large. And why doesn't everybody do the, 4-point sprinter stance where it seems like you're the longest I think that's part optics too. Like whenever the tackle looks over and it's like, is that the longest fucking guy of all time? He's a spectacle. This dude is a spectacle to watch every single play. But then you add in the fact that, there's Fred Warner, who seemingly has it all figured out before every single snap. Yeah. He's a dog too, by the way. Him and DK were getting into it early.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of barking early. Mm-hmm. And there was no backing off either. It was like Fred and DK get into it, and Fred did an extra throw into the ground whenever DK was already getting tackled by somebody else, and Fred wanted to get up and give him I know you felt that at the end, and Kenneth Walker tried to walk in between him or whatever, and there was the old shoulder pad, I'm not getting off my line, walk back to the huddle. Let's not get a 15-yard penalty here, but let's do that. Fred Warner's a fucking dog. You know what I mean? He's very good at football. I think he's come on the show. He's probably incredibly polite and good human. He on the field is a dog. I mean, it is. That whole team.
Greenlaw, that caused fumble that Greenlaw had, that was a gigantic play. Awesome.
Dude,
jeez. Look at the timing, though. 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the first half there. What a gigantic time. Well, not only a huge play, but the timing of this play. Send you in, all of a sudden, here we go. Let's go. It was 7-3. We're driving. Oh, now we're down 14-3 at half. That's a big blow for that Seattle team.
As that ball is being scooped right there, I'm up over their head on the Seattle side this way. Watching Pete Carroll run was awesome the whole time. I'm up there in that booth right above him, going, tackle him, tackle him. And when he gets tackled at the 6, it's we did it. Because all we needed was the McCaffrey touchdown at that point.
Simple.
It was as soon as he gets tackled at the 6, then he has a 5-yard gain on first down. It's here we go. Unless they give it to Juszczyk, right? They could have gave it to Juice there, but it felt locked and loaded at that moment. The Niners are going to be a problem for anybody. And I was talking to Herbie a little bit afterwards, because the NFC, what do we got? We got the Eagles. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We got the Niners. We got the Cowboys, I guess. Vikings could kind of slip back into that whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those top three.
That's it.
Watching that Niners team, I don't know how anybody beats them. But then I guess I haven't had eyes on the Eagles either. But just in person watching that Niners team, it's this team's different, dude. They're playing different. And I know Seattle almost got back into it. And there's a couple, obviously that fumble and a couple other plays that go their way. Seattle might win it. But that Niners team was fantastic to watch. They hum to the ball, AJ.
They play so hard. That's that's another thing that I noticed watching them play every week. They play I'm thinking if I was a coach, I want my defense to play super hard and fly around to the ball, and also but be very disciplined. If you see them, they look like they're just wild, going crazy. Everyone, 11 guys at the ball, but they're leveraged. You'll see, hey, if you're outside in, you are an outside in defender. But guess what? I'm going to do that 150 miles an hour. If I'm inside out, I'm not going to screw with my buddy. I'm going to make sure I'm here. And then it's just boom, 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 boom. If you catch a ball that takes its toll on an offense too. When you just see hey, we got a 6-yard gain, but that dude absolutely took a beating in that 6-yard gain. That does take a toll as the game goes on.
Yeah, I think Chuck used to say, I want to hear pellets on a tin can. Boom, 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 boom. That's what we need, but we need everybody to be disciplined. And then it's always the classic, want to see 11 in the frame.
Yep.
11 in the frame. It means everybody's rallying to the ball. Want to see everybody on the defense team. At the end of this shot, at the end of this tackle, we better see every fucker on the defense in the frame. That means you're rallying to the ball and running. Feels like the Niners just naturally do that.
Yep.
There's even if a guy's under a pile, somehow by the end of it, he's up, at him, and in there. D'Amico's got the boys flying. Shanahan seems to be one of the coolest guys of all time. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Doesn't he? Hood up, flat bill calling plays, just super calm all night. It felt like.
So there was before half, Niners had a 4th and 7. I think, right
Yep.
before a quarter end. Maybe
yeah.
first quarter?
Yeah, 5 seconds left in the first quarter, and they went like hurry up on it.
Yeah, they were trying to catch him with 12.
Yes.
So did they talk about that on the broadcast? I don't know. I was watching it all unfold, and there was a lot of chaos, and obviously the quarter's about to end, so TV's thinking we got to get to a break here. So I don't know if they're what. The entire Niners offense acts. It was almost like the Colts play. It was almost like the Colts play. Entire Niners offense runs like they're running off the field. Seattle about to bring punt team on 4th and 7, whatever. We'll let the clock end the quarter, but nonetheless, Shanahan stops them. They all turn back around, start sprinting on. Punt return team halfway on the field for the Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks defense on the field. Probably 19 guys on the field, maybe 18 guys on the field at the time with a lot of this happening because they thought the play was over. Shanahan sends the boys back out. They go full sprint to the ball. Ref stops Purdy from snapping the ball. Shanahan loses his fucking mind. Shanahan's like, we never subbed. What are you in like the quarter end? They said hard count. Guy jumped off sides afterwards. They pick up 5. They end up punting or whatever. They were trying to get a free shot. They were trying to get a 12-man. That's what they were trying to get there. And Shanahan was furious at the ref for pausing and subbing. And that was like a good, I'd say probably 3-minute motherfuck session that was happening from Shanahan. And I loved it. I was like, yes, I love that. Like, I enjoy that because the rest of his team is watching him be like, stick up for them too. Like, hey, we executed something. You fucked us. We were supposed to get a free play right there. We're supposed to get a free play right before the quarter. Rookie quarterback, Mr. Irrelevant. Everybody on the same exact page. They get an offsides or whatever, and they end up punting anyways. But I think they were trying to get a free play with 12 man. It was watching them work was cool. I don't know if that was planned or if that was just like Shanahan being like, yo, go back. And it was cool to watch. It was really cool to watch. I like their team a lot.
I saw some of the stuff from afterwards in the locker room for the Niners. Like, yeah, those dudes, they seem to they would die for each other, it looks like right now. Like, they seem to get along. They love each other. Hell, yeah, whatever they have going, man. Like, I think watching their defense play especially, it's a special – they're one of those, like, special defenses that you talk about. Oh, remember those guys? And you start naming and you look at or you see a picture of that team or that defense and you're like, you just go down the line and you can't believe they have all those players and those monsters in the same time. I think that's what we're watching right now for the Niners defense.
It's legendary, right? This is like a historic run, I feel like, this defense.
Definitely.
I mean, it feels like it. Yeah, I don't want to, like, jinx them or whatever, but it definitely feels like they're in the heart of it right now.
Well, I think before last night, they hadn't given up a touchdown in the second half in like 6 or 7 consecutive games. Like, that's ridiculous.
What's the most they've given up this year?
17 points, maybe.
Is that it, really?
No, they gave up a bunch in Atlanta. I thought.
Well, didn't Bosa miss some games?
Yeah, I think it was 28-14 in Atlanta, and I think
That's
was
the worst?
week 3 or week 4.
I mean,
the issue here is, and obviously they lost Bob Saleh, and they were able to replace him with D'Amico Ryans. D'Amico Ryans going to get a head coaching opportunity. And it's like, who do they bring in there next? You know, like,
who's under D'Amico? Yeah, like, who is there somebody on staff that's already? I would imagine Kyle always tries to do that, to have like the next one in line, but it's not that easy.
How important is that? That's a big deal, right? D'Amico's not that the players aren't important. Players are the most important thing of any team, and we will say that. I will say that forever because I was a player, and if you don't have players, you're fucked. But we've seen a lot of groups that have a lot of good players that don't do well, and D'Amico seemingly has the boys bought in, which is something you have to be. That's why when you see everybody rallying the ball, that means everybody's all in. I don't know if it's D'Amico. I don't know if it's their leadership. Whatever it is, they got it. They need to try to bottle that because I would like to watch this for the next 10 years, dude. It was watching good – and I'm from Pittsburgh, you know, so I guess it's kind of ingrained, the steel curtain and everything like that, and Dick LeBeau. And we're going to hunt. We're going to hunt on the defensive side of the ball. When you're watching a defense do that type of shit, it's some of the best football. It's like not a lot of points, but it's like you're watching high-speed collisions on every single play because everybody is running full speed. It is – I hope they keep it together. I hope they go on a run, and congrats to the Niners on a big-time win. And congrats to us hitting that Super Boost.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, did you feel the weight off of off our backs there? Did you feel that? I did.
Oh, yeah.
I think all of America felt it. No question. They felt it right away.
7.7 mil. Come on.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I had no idea that many people were still betting with us. Thank you. If that thing would have came out, like, we will be paying out, I think I won like 11,000 on it or 10,000 on it. So if they would have came out and said we are giving out $50,000, I would have been like, makes sense. Yeah, I would not have been betting alongside us either. So big shout out to everybody and thank you for riding alongside of us. I don't know if people are riding alongside us every single week or if they saw this one, they were like, yeah, this one makes too much sense. Literally every week we had that thought with every Super Boost we put out. And granted, I haven't run it every week. AJ hasn't run it every week. Diggs hasn't run every week. Gumpy hasn't run every week. Connor hasn't run every. I mean, like we passed that thing around. Every single one of them sounds feasible.
Oh yeah.
I lost a plus 120 last week, so now all of a sudden a plus 750 hits. Like I couldn't even get a plus 120 to hit.
So it's a natural plus 550. So we have to remember that we hit a plus 550 last night. That's a natural. That's a
pretty
big
damn
bet.
good.
Huge.
Yeah, it's really good.
But for that to be the one that gets us out of it and to break the Super Boost curse, I'm pumped up about. That's a good omen. That's good. And all I had to do was fly 45 hours to
that's all you gotta do.
up left to get there in person. I like the fact that the football gods were like, why don't you earn one? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm like, all right, dude.
boots on the ground.
I'll fucking fly to Canada, I guess. On the map, Vancouver is like this far away from Seattle.
Uh-huh.
It's like right there. And then Victoria, is that what? That's
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
That's the.
Is that where Goomp?
That's
Yeah.
where Goomp is. Yeah.
I have a picture of the plane I was on being its tail was in Victoria and its left wing was in Vancouver and then the body was right there in Seattle. And it was I felt like Gumpy was with me. You know what I mean? I felt like Gumpy was with me there. And that was a good omen for the fucking boost too. Gumpy's a good gambler. Those boys, Hammer Down boys are good gambler.
Good gamblers.
Great gamblers. And there also is a thought, Pat, that on, during this week on Monday, we were listening to Jesus Christ songs and we broke bread together as a team in, the former house of
In
God.
God's original table, by the way, too.
So it feels as though we might have swung it then too. And then you put that boost together and then, FanDuel lost $7.7 million. Let's go.
I didn't even think about all the things we have done this week to break the curse. I mean, we had Sage. Remember there's Sage out.
There's Sage, of course.
Everywhere.
The holiday party. What was the table? You're saying Jesus' original table?
It's a Christmas party.
Christmas
It was
party.
We called it a Christmas party because we're in an old church, remember? So we wanted them to know, like, hey,
Christ was
we'll have a
here.
holiday party later. We'll have a holiday party later. We're just letting whoever know that this is a Christmas. Asked everybody that was in attendance, are you okay if we call it a Christmas party? We need to do some favors, I think, to the first half of that word.
Love you,
The Chris.
Jesus.
Bill
we
sacrificed
need
a
to do
couple
it.
animals.
Did
for
he?
the gods? Yeah.
Good job. Good on you, Bill. When I pulled in today, actually, I drove by.
Bill?
Pat, Bill. Pat, your little thing you said was a garden, and Nick said it was a graveyard, correct?
Yeah.
So I pulled in, and I saw that little thing. It's like a little fence, and it had a cross. I'm like, this does look like a graveyard to me.
Yeah.
I looked over. There may be a few bodies in there. I think maybe it was a graveyard, and then they planted a garden
That's where
afterward.
Bill eats lunch.
No, dude.
Just out there by himself in a little folding chair.
Jesus.
That was good.
That's where the Holy Spirit is, dude.
Is it great? Are there dead bodies out there?
Yeah. Hundreds of them.
No, it's a
Dead bodies
garden,
everywhere.
bro.
But
garden,
why
half
is the
full, half
cross on a
empty.
garden then? Like a cross, it looks like a graveyard.
To bless the
the-
vegetables.
Yeah,
What are you
come on.
fucking nuts?
For
Don't
a
ever
supple
come at me like that
harvest.
again, Tom.
It doesn't
With
matter.
your
We'll be
tone.
turning it into a sand volleyball court soon enough. Don't worry.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if it's that
Listen.
big. Don't be stepping on any
We-
skulls.
That's what it was.
Can use the skulls as a
What if
ball.
an arm comes out of the ground and like grabs our
Yeah.
ankle? I'm going up for a spike and I
Exactly.
twist an ankle.
Then what?
Fair play.
It is. It's the first thing you see when you pull in. That's why I never understood why Christ was coming against us for this whole Super Boost thing, because we had to take the one off the top, and by we, it wasn't me. It was somebody else that did it. We had to take it off to symbolize we are no longer a church. Like, if you need something, don't fucking come here, right? Like, we had to actually do
Well-
that. But what?
A lot of churches do that, don't they? Like, hey, you can't come in. There might be massive floods out there. We have
Correct.
a giant place. No one's allowed in here.
No,
Just
no,
one
massive
guy.
churches
You have to
don't
pay
shy
like
away
10
from
grand.
big floods.
Well, it depends what business you're running with God, but I think the standard operation with the Jesus figure is if there's a cross on top of the building, it's a safe place. I had to go to that city council meeting, to rezone the whole thing. There was like certain things we had to do. The gate's one of those things, like, cannot have people thinking like they've lost everything and they're going to come in here and they're going to find it all. It's like that is something that people were worried about. Like, well, what if people think it's a church and they're trying to find and you have a better life and it's not? It's like,
Then find a church.
So now we'll. What's that, pal?
Then find a church. Just not. This isn't a church.
Exactly.
Well, that's the problem, though, is It kind of was for a long time.
How long was this empty though? How long was it empty before you got it?
Over a year and something.
Really? I would have liked to see what
Yeah.
it looked like before.
It was. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to shit on Jesus' house.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I'll say
was there
it a
pews and
dump.
everything? Was there-
no
it was-
pews. There were just chairs everywhere. It was a shit show.
I got videos.
it was a
AJ.
dump, though.
Yeah.
It had not been
Rats.
updated long
Rats everywhere.
time.
You have to give Jesus.
Yeah,
Is there a
they were
basement
just
here?
doing what they were trying to do. Yeah,
There is?
but
There's a basement?
There's catacombs.
I need to see those. You know, I love
Is there?
I love
There's a
tunnels and
basement?
bunkers and all that.
Yeah, there's catacombs.
I think some of that concrete that's below that Tim said they found.
What?
yeah, there's something underneath the church. I don't. I've never been down there.
Can you walk?
Don't
Is there
open
steps?
it. Do not open it.
Wait, is there like a bunker or
Could
what?
be a tomb.
I know. Let's check it out.
What's with all the dead bodies around the Thunderdome? I think that was a garden. They're growing tomatoes and stuff.
It was
Yeah.
definitely a garden at some point growing because they had great organic soil because they had dead bodies buried there for 500 years.
Yeah.
500 years.
And if they're still there, we should dig them up.
Back to the
Why?
Crusades.
Cause
They did that in what was it, Argentina?
Why you
No.
exhume the bodies, Con?
In Mexico.
Somebody did that.
Mexico,
Yeah, Mexico. They exhumed their grandma.
Why?
They
They
just
just wanted
walked
to-
her down the street.
Yeah, I just wanted to like go to Baskin Robbins with her one last time.
What's her favorite flavor? What are we doing?
Well, her eyes were
You
gone.
can't just
and her
exhume
jaw
bodies.
fell
Yeah,
off.
Yeah,
so.
you can.
Her hair looks
They
magnificent
did.
still.
Her
I saw
bones-
this picture. I thought for sure it was fake.
No,
that was real.
No. Well, maybe, but the bone structure will hold up.
Yeah.
that
Great
lady's
jawline.
bones is pretty strong. Pretty strong. Good jawline.
You think?
Good jawline.
No, it was. It was legit. And her hair plugs looked still brand new.
That was her natural hair.
Well,
When did
then,
this poor lady die?
10 years ago?
Really?
They ripped her out from the ground, put a dress on her.
Oh, they did.
right.
Pat, what do you think of Tom
shit.
Brady getting pissed that people reported? Oh my gosh! Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
You pause this up real quick, guy. Do you have this on here? What is this? This okay?
Yeah, there she is. She looks good.
Hold on. All right, I saw this picture. I didn't go any further because I was like, "That's not real." That they dug this lady up. Is that real?
Yes.
Where's her arms?
What do you mean?
They
it's
ripped
not
him
real?
off and
I mean,
put him
where's her
above their
arms? They're fucking
fireplace.
laying
Is
in
somebody holding her?
her arms are laying in the casket.
Where
Why
are
are
her
they-
arms in her original photo?
They're
exactly.
acting like
didn't
she
have
could
them.
walk in this picture. Is who's propping
Yeah,
her
they
up?
put
The
one
guy
foot in
behind
front
her?
of the other, bud.
put-
Home
they-
Alone. You ever watch
She's
Home
dead.
They have her on a dolly, dude.
Weekend at Bernie's, dude. Come
Is
on.
she on a dolly? Is this guy dollying her in the back with
yeah.
the red?
Yes, he is.
Wait, are you serious? He's really
Yeah, look at
dollying
him.
her
Look-
around the
look-
street?
yeah,
Yeah, she's like a
Yeah, it's a
cardboard
Jeff Dunham
cutout.
situation.
Wait, what? Why are we doing? Why did this happen?
To fucking.
Fucking wanted to see Graham.
Yeah, what do you mean?
They missed her.
Take
Miss
her for
you,
a
Gam
spin.
Gam.
Where was this again?
Gam Grum.
Mexico.
Mexico, yeah.
Now, aren't they
Good to
worried
see
though
you,
that
Nona.
there's gonna be a lot of people that go and dig up their dead grandmas and grandpas because they want to see him?
I wonder
the
if
Pat
this
McAfee
is-
Show told them they could.
Fun fact for her:
trends.
she has killed over 230 people for the cartel.
Hey, you know what? Shout out. She deserves a good meal at Baskin Robbins.
Dude, look how good her fucking bone
There's no
structure held
way.
up, though.
How long has she been dead?
10
years.
That's not real.
Okay.
All right, dude.
All right.
Well, you
Oh,
wish she was
yeah.
dead longer, AJ? What?
We
What?
weren't
Jesus,
there.
Give you a
dude.
shovel. Head out
10
back.
years is a long time for that lady. Her hair to be nice and intact, and just part of her nose is falling off.
Well, yeah, she's still in purgatory.
What's happening?
Diggs just said, we'll hand your shovel head out back. Did you hear what Diggs said yesterday? I had a moment with Diggs.
What?
Clint Hurt was the name
Yeah.
of the defense coordinator. And the way Chuck said it was Clit Hurt.
That got Diggs for like
Diggs
7
says,
minutes straight. He kept coming back
What's
to it.
his name?
It's awesome.
And then Chuck says Clint Hurt or whatever. And Diggs starts laughing again. He goes, Clint can be hard to find sometimes, coach.
Scan the sideline.
I
It's
don't know
tough
if
to
anybody
find.
I was crying. I stood up and was crying over here in the middle.
Still don't know if that's the guy's actual name. I've never heard of that guy in the NFL.
I
Clint
remember,
Hurt?
I remember it clearly from my perch. When,
Yeah.
Well, and then you started moving. Evie, is that a new thing where you can move me around in my little box
was
during
awesome.
Chuck's
Yeah,
segment?
I've actually been waiting to use that. I
That
think it
was
was
so
good timing
awesome.
on
That
it.
was sweet.
Oh, Chuck was
You
so.
know-
I love Chuck. Chuck doesn't get upset, does he? That guy, we chime in a little bit and he gives some jocularity.
I mean,
So that's the thing. Like through his chemo, he lost his hearing. So like, not all of it, but goddamn next and near. You know, like, I don't think he's ever said that. Like, but like before the show, he'll be sitting in the think tank over there, and the first couple of weeks, I'll be like, "Hey Chuck, do you want blah blah blah?" Like over, he's sitting behind me, and we're like going through something. I'm like, "Chuck, do you want to see this?" Da da da, and I get no response. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's like 5 feet away from me. I turn around. I'm like, Chuck, do you want to, what's that? And I go, holy shit. Do you want this? He was like, my hearing shit. I'm like, okay. So like we kind of, you got to make sure you make eye contact with him, I think, when he's talking. When we plug him in, Nick plugs him in here. I think he has better hearing for us into the microphone. Yeah. But like there's a lot of stuff I think that just kind of slips by. So like I think if he would have heard the clit hurt, it's hard to find yesterday, I think he would have had a good time with it. I don't think he heard it.
No, I don't think
he heard it though. I don't
think he hears a lot. No, I think he hears.
No, he's just smart and he knows what he should and shouldn't like respond to. That's why he's.
How about when he goes,
"Hey!"
That's what. Yeah, we're talking about this morning. Finally, he dropped. Just shut the fuck up. it was about time.
It's a little mix of like, yes, he knows it's fun, but he's also pissed. Like,
I get it. Exactly.
I understand where he's at, and that's why I just want to make sure he's okay.
Actually pissed.
No,
I just want to. He's never actually. I don't think there's anything that can piss Chuck off at this stage of life. You know what I mean? Like he is one of the. I don't.
He seems to have it figured out. Doesn't he have it figured out? Like he really does.
He was dead, bro.
Yeah.
He was like the things that they were telling us about the leukemia that he had whenever he was diagnosed. Mm-hmm. Like certainly we have medicine and the people at IU cancer
hospital.
Good people down there in Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. I should know their name. But there's a lot of money that's been raised. They do great work. Dr. Patrick and I forget who they were. I've met them a lot through the Chuck Strong thing. But like the way they were talking about it day one, it didn't sound like this was like a layup for him to survive. He was old too not old, but older at the time, 50 plus. Like bruising was on him. I don't know if they caught it. Like he went immediately into fucking surgery. Like boom, just like that. We got to do this. And then him coming back like 14 weeks later with a whole new mindset. Like I think he's just enjoying life. He's incredibly inspirational, honestly. Like Chuck is one of those guys, and I don't think there's much that gets him pissed off. That's why I think he's enjoying doing this. And for those that are wondering what a team meeting is like, I think different coaches have different styles. Ours is a little bit more chirpy than most.
Sure.
But if your team meeting room is dead, that's not good either.
No.
You know, so it's like there's a happy balance.
Everybody's miserable, and the coach is just preaching and yelling to the rest of the squad, really.
What were your team meetings? Ours was a little bit alive. Like Chuck would get start telling a story and like, how about this fucking guy? Like this guy does boom, 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 and then somebody in the back of the room would highlight go woo. You know, like if we won, obviously not like if we lose, nobody's doing that. But like energy in a team meeting room is good news. Can't be distracted. You can't like get off course. But energy is a good thing. So Chuck knows it's a show, like people are watching.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think he wants to try to keep it as real as possible too for people that are watching. And I think he's done a great job balancing it. And I honestly, when we start going, I fucking start I start really enjoying it. I start really laughing my ass off.
Yeah, and the information he gives us, like immediately he was talking about, 38 is special for Seattle, and the guy starts the game off with a return out to the 40 for the Seahawks. So it's not like obviously it's a great time, but it's also incredibly informative for how the game's going to go. Like he mentioned Kittle having a massive game last year in Seattle, and then yesterday, he goes out and has 2 touchdowns. It's awesome.
He was the one that locked in the Kittle touchdown. Nice. Into the Super Boost, and he's not a gambler, but
he's Italian, so
whoa,
yeah, he knows of it. I'm sure he knows of somebody that does it. He does not gamble, but we're trying to figure out what exactly we wanted. Love Christian McCaffrey. Diggs chimed in with we should do receiving and rushing yards. It was like, yes, smart. Let's go ahead and piece that thing together. We need another touchdown. Where are we going to go with DK? Where are we going to go with Ty Lockett? Where we're going to try to give the Seattle Seahawks some love. And every time we thought about it, it was like, that Niners defense. How are they going to do anything?
Yeah.
How are they going to do anything? And then we watched a lot of the game, and I was like, man, we were kind of spot on.
Yeah.
With almost everything we were thinking. And the reason why Kittle TD came in is because Chuck literally just came over and goes, last time Kittle played up here, 12 receptions, 100 and something yards, blah, blah, blah. And it was like he didn't even know we were talking about the Super Boost, but as soon as he said that, it was like, Kittle thud.
Okay.
Boom. That's what we're putting in there. We're putting Kittle, and he's been hot as of late. And for a rookie quarterback, tight end is always going to be a safety valve because he's normally inside the hash, close, easy to find, easier throw, especially if you like throwing down the middle like Purdy does. But the play designs, the operation, Chuck has helped us out fucking a lot this year. AJ, what are your team meetings like? Did McCarthy have the room bumping or no?
Yeah, it was. Sometimes we're more lively than others. That's why Chuck does a good job here of when he does finally lose it and just freak out and yell and tell us to shut up. That's real though, because in a good team meeting, yeah, there will be back and forth, and players are talking, the coach is kind of talking, it's like get some energy going. But then eventually we all can know like it crosses the line, and it gets to a point where it's like, all right, now this is out of control, and the coach is going to have to raise his voice eventually and be like, hey, you guys ruined a good thing we had going here, basically. So stop being idiots. And that's what I feel like we represent during the meetings with Chuck, kind of honestly, pretty perfectly.
Well, abuse leads to restriction. That was classic Chuck Pagano.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
discipline equals freedom. Jocko Willink. Discipline equals freedom. If you're disciplined with your jocularity, it will continue.
Hell yeah.
Boom. Jocko, by the way, I made eyes with him.
Where?
Las Vegas, UFC.
Oh. Big
He
head.
was sitting over to the right.
That head's like
I
this.
locked eyes with him. Triple H was like, Jocko's right over there. I'm like, holy shit, I've heard of this man. I've seen clips of him. And we both look over at the same time, and he just so happened to be looking back our direction. And we made a quick eye contact, and I gave him one of these. I had that neck brace on.
Oh, you're right. What did he do back? Did he do anything back?
He gave us one of Triple H was next to me, so people are going to respond to Triple H regardless. I don't even know if the guy saw me exist, but yeah
right.
I saw him. I'm like, holy fuck. That's an American.
Yeah. Look at that. Imagine if he headbutted you.
Hey. Speaking of America. National anthem last night.
Mm-hmm.
Sounded like everybody was singing. Now,
Hell yeah.
a lot of echoing. Sounded like a lot of echoing.
Who was it?
You know what I mean? So I don't know who. Maybe there was a couple people sitting out. But national anthem in Seattle, I did not know. I thought maybe a protester.
Yeah.
I thought maybe somebody comes and glues their hand on the field. As I was flying out there and I still thought I was going to be on the field, I was like, holy shit.
Oh, you're going to tackle him. Yeah, you thought you were going to make a tackle, didn't you?
Boom. Oh. Yeah. And I'm like, I've been training. I feel good. Like, I can move right now if I have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought, like, what am I doing? Well, I'm going forearm jaw. Like, when I'm laying out. I'm going forearm jaw laying out. If it comes in my area. We don't know what these fuckers have on them. No. Okay? And also,
you're protecting the whole stadium.
You're
protecting everybody.
You're winning dumb prizes. Yeah. And there's people that don't believe. Look, the kid run on the field. It's like, get the fuck off the field and never come back, actually. And don't be sprinting at people with a smoke thing whenever there's 70, 80,000 people in here. In our world is the way it is right now. So don't be a fucking asshole. How about that? Like, I understand you're trying to save the world. We appreciate you doing that. But as I was flying out there, I was thinking to myself, like, Seattle, prime time.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Yes. There's going to be somebody come on the field, and I'm like, here we go. That rancher's jacket. Last time I wore that thing, I walked into a barn, Bobcat Arena, and I took down a steer. You know what I mean? And here I am, flying to Seattle, boots on the ground, and I'm putting this forearm right here through the jaw. Like, I had a plan. You know what I mean? They're like, have a plan? I had a plan. If that person starts running, I'm in my cowboy boots, so it's going to be a little slick on that turf. But I felt like I should be able to get whoever this is. I should be able to get whoever this is. If they come in, I had rules. I'm not going to make this about me. If it's on the other side, let that thing,
that is good. That's big of you.
up to them.
That really is big of you.
But if it comes, into an area where if they have a little and I'm going to maybe experience something, I'm certainly not dying, or getting affected by some psychopath in Seattle while I'm watching the boots on the ground Super Boost happen. So I had a plan. Didn't happen. Nothing happened. Game went off without a hitch. National anthem. Everybody in Seattle that I heard and seen was singing the national anthem. And I was like taken back. I'm like, holy hell, this is a pretty loud national anthem. Now, the stadium's built to be loud or whatever. And a lot of people are like, people forget a lot of military up in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
We have a lot of military up there, because of where it's based. You know what I mean? There's a lot of military up there. Heard a lot. It was, honestly, it was one of the most surprising things I've ever heard.
Too, right?
Yeah. Plus the Sounders fans. The Sounders fans know how to do it.
Boeing has a huge plant up there. I would guess some ex-military people there working at all those plants and everything. That they're aerospace. They have all kind of stuff they're building out there, don't they?
Yeah.
Bro, I was literally sitting there. I was sitting there looking around, and I was hearing it. And I was like, no offense, Seattle. Like, listen, you do what you got to do. Feel however you want to feel. That's why we are the country we are. Like, you know what I mean? Do it. Like, literally, you can, however you want to do it. It was a loud. So I think people should remember that. It was a loud singing of the national anthem by the crowd alongside the person who crushed it. I forget who it was. Crushed it. They did a Carissa Thompson, Richard Sherman Jumbotron moment.
What do you mean? Kiss cam or something? Not with them two, but like a thing.
What's wrong with you?
Jumbotron. When I think of Jumbotron, I just went to the Cavs game. They do the kiss cam.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, who did
They do a
Richard
lot of
Sherman
games. There's a
play
lot of
for?
timeouts. Yeah, there's a lot of timeouts. We go to the Colts game.
played for the Seahawks.
There's some that certainly should not do. Last night I saw one of those. It was just welcome back, Richard Sherman, Carissa Thompson.
Oh, nice.
Kind of
Carissa Thompson.
same thing.
You threw her in there. Yeah. Okay.
She played for.
I know.
Me too. I was so confused. That's why I was so confused.
That's
I'm
why
like,
you look.
"God
That's
damn,
why you're
Carissa-"
seeing from me right now. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm saying it though. Like Carissa
We're
Thompson
just
getting
thinking it out. We're just putting our thoughts out there. I got it. Yeah.
And I didn't mention it at the time to anybody around me, because that wasn't a conversation like what they're choosing to put up on the board, how they're choosing to go about doing things. Like that's not a convo I could have with the people around me at the time. Oh. But when Carissa and Richard Sherman were up there at the same time, I was like, fascinating. I bet you Sherman probably was like, we can go at the same time. I assume they presented Sherman like, hey, Sherman, you're a pretty big part of the whole Legion of Boom. You won a Super Bowl here. Your name's synonymous with this place, and it is a Seahawks game. And you're back for Amazon for the first time. Like, we know you went and played for the Niners, and we know you went to the Bucs and everything like that, but a lot of people remember you strictly as a Seahawks. So, like, we're going to pay you a tribute on the video. At least say hello. Is that okay? And Rich Sherman's like, cool, only if you put Carissa on there? Maybe. We don't know if that happened, but whenever I saw them both up there, I was like, damn, Carissa Thompson must have done some real shit here in Seattle. I was like, God damn, Carissa.
Good for her, man.
Yeah. Did they
Congrats
show?
to Carissa. Yeah.
Did they show Cam
real.
Chancellor? Because he was on the pregame show with Sherman, and I believe they got a pretty loud pop when they showed him at least on the screen.
I don't know. Before the game, I didn't get to see much. I was hiking with a backpack that was 200, 300 pounds through the stadium. But I don't think I saw him during the game get announced up there. I did see a very new, and AJ, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, a very new stadium Jumbotron game take place in Seattle.
What was the game?
So, everybody has like the ball and a helmet.
Yeah,
game.
Fall the helmet.
Everybody has that. Everybody does that. Like AJ, once we start, I'm gonna start. If you think of any
Barrel racing type thing, you got to pick A, B, or C. They're racing down the field, the little animatronic situation or whatever.
Yeah, so whenever you play in these games, we're one of the only people that get to see these in like every stadium, because during the break, like unless you're learning something, which I guess AJ could be doing, I'm watching the Jumbotron. Like, let's watch the show that they're doing here. It's all pretty similar games that they have. Kiss Cam normally in NBA games, although it did sneak into the NFL there for a bit, and I don't know how much football guys loved it or whatever, especially if your defense is on the field before. After the intermission that you're coming back from, the timing of the stadium, people, what they choose to play, real thing, real advantage. Last night saw something that I hadn't seen. It was a this or that. They had like the red pill, blue pill from Matrix with Keanu Reeves. Okay, so he comes on his screen.
Who's he?
Right up on his
Keanu?
Keanu Reeves.
Actual Keanu.
No. Just a picture of him, Matrix, zoomed in more.
Oh, I
So
thought
it's
he
like
was
bigger.
doing specific stuff for the Jumbotron.
No, so here's the thing. Like, yeah, would be sick if they got Keanu Reeves to do this. Red pill, blue pill, okay? And it's this or that. So then it's like gingerbread houses at the top. Okay. And then it says like a pile of frosting or a beautiful work of art. Then they go to the next one and it goes, yell for a pile of frosting. And everybody, there was like, I don't know, maybe one 1,000th of the stadium went, and then a beautiful work of art, like 1/10,000th of the stadium said, I want to let them know. I don't know how often they do that. As somebody that has been to a lot of that one wasn't the best. I think we should throw that one out. I think we should throw that one out.
They just got to have better questions, though. It's the execution, right? Just have good questions, and people will definitely get involved.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could easily just make that.
Like what? I bet Diggs has some good questions. You could
Gino Smith or Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Like
put the team over.
Have them boo the other team. Cheer for you.
Gino Wilson.
Show Pete Carroll. Show Pete Carroll and their coach.
Yeah,
and just have them cheer for your coach.
Bingo. And I think that would be much better as opposed to like trying to do like internet memes almost. Like it seemed like they were trying to create an internet meme. Like listen to the stadium whenever this is put up on there. And I'm like, let's make sure we remember this is an NFL game.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
like
you're right.
we need that. You know what I mean? I didn't expect that from this. Everything else I thought was very good. Everything else I thought was very good at the Seattle Stadium, Lumen Field. A lot of teams during those commercial breaks will like use every TV to try to prop up some content. They, because of how good their crowd is, I think, and energy, they had a bunch that just had like the Thursday Night Football logo on it, almost like scattered throughout the entire stadium. and then like there'd be like one jumbotron that would be showing something, and then the place would still be electric. Like I think they have a real weapon over there. I hope they know that, and I assume they do. They market it a lot, but I think they can stoke the flames a little bit too. Like I think you could really get that place even louder if possible.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
You know
what I mean?
I was super confused when we went to the Colts game, and like every timeout and commercial break was like it felt like I was at a Globetrotters game.
Really?
Okay, and not an
more
NFL
Yeah.
football game.
NFL doesn't need to do that, I feel like.
Well, especially the Colts.
Tone's opinions and Connor's now apparently do not reflect that of his employer or his peers. And I do understand though, like trying to market to kids, because you can sell merch to them and parents have to pay for them. And you get a new generation of fans. Like I understand that angle. What's the angle? But I'm a big, if you build it, they will come thing.
Bingo.
Yes.
You make that place awesome. Like kids are going to want to be fans. Like everybody's going to want to be fans because the environment. And I think there's some stadiums. Have you ever been to a stadium that you thought like they got it right here? Like I think like Houston. When I watch the Houston Texans games, and I talk about them a lot,
It's loud.
they put J.J. Watt on that jumbotron.
Yep.
10 times maybe every half. 10 times during,
And he's on
during
like
the break.
He's on like 35 pages of the program too that they put in your locker before the game. Like JJ's all over that thing. I remember like, man, this is unbelievable what
All
they
the
got going
deals.
on here. Yeah, everything.
Does anybody else get a deal down here? I don't think so. But whatever the case, for those game day programs, all the sponsors of the team, all the advertisers of the team, they get pages in that game day program. Like that comes with the package. Like obviously you get a video during like first quarter timeout, second quarter timeout, third quarter timeout, whenever it is. You also get a suite probably to the place. You get, I don't know how the suite thing works, but then you also get, an opportunity to be in that game day program. And whenever you think about what you want your page to be, it felt like in Houston, everybody down there was like, what do we want to just put up? Well, we should get JJ. What he was standing on, like he was in a local car dealership, local HVAC, local I forget, like
Everything.
fucking everything. So on the program, he's on every page. But then every commercial break is the same package that was purchased is the ones who run the video. Like local companies sponsor all those things. They're the ones I think that either choose what the games are or what they're not. Everyone had JJ Watt's head just fucking slide in, and as soon as it did, everybody,
Let's fucking go.
Went crazy down there. It was brilliant. I don't think you can do that forever, but like I think more stadiums should be trying to make the fucker absurd, because why would you go to an event nowadays
When it's
if you
so
could just
awesome
stay
at home. It's too awesome at
Yeah.
home. You're right. You have to go above and beyond and make this thing just almost bizarre in person. It's just a spectacle, I think.
No, bizarre. I mean
in a
maybe
good
if he
way.
was like,
Wow, this
Yeah.
is crazy. They are putting a lot of effort into this game day experience.
make it a spectacle. Make it like a to-do. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, hey, we're getting out of our houses right now.
Have Titty Boy
which
out
is
there.
not normal.
That's who got it right. I told
Yeah,
you. I
sure.
played a playoff game. We played the 49ers. Candlestick Park, I would imagine that's what it was, the old school one, right? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, in between like third and fourth quarter, you can see it on YouTube. Titty Boy, 2 Chainz himself, stands on a dugout from the baseball stadium and starts rapping, and the whole place goes crazy. And our whole team was like, "This is amazing!"
Is that the
Like,
clip that Gum posts every other day?
Probably.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
They did it with Future
Just saw
too.
the
The video doesn't do justice as what it was in the place that day. It was. We
AJ,
all remember it.
It's funny you say that because I was just going to say we went to an Atlanta Hawks game and I
Yep.
felt like they really tried for their game day experience. And 2 Chainz was the halftime performer there. It was awesome.
Bring him in.
Seattle-
Heavy issues. Bring him in.
Seattle had a couple good ones, I think. I think they had a couple good ones last night. I was gonna say, but that's a real thing. Like,
Yeah.
hey, come on, let's make these things experiences here. This ain't the old pre-COVID people just are out and about. Everything's okay. Now it's like when people get out because of habits that were created over a 2-year period that were basically forced upon people, for the good of everybody, obviously, for the good of everybody.
Right, Diggs?
Hell yeah.
Like I just think they should respect and appreciate that more. Like 70,000 people are fucking getting up to come to this thing. Like let's
Respect their time. You're right. Respect their time and their money that they are coming
Effort.
to watch and their effort. Yeah, like they got a babysitter. Maybe they got to did all this stuff.
Yeah.
Are we let's entertain them. Let's actually exceed the expectations they may have for coming to this place.
That's
today.
why you
Football's
can
awesome.
appreciate-
Yeah, sorry, Connor. Go ahead, pal.
No. Football is awesome. That's why you can appreciate what the Colts like. At least the Colts, and you can call it Mickey Mouse. At least they fucking tried with the superheroes.
You're right. It's a good point.
They were all
you're
terrible
right.
superheroes,
You're
but
right.
like they're at least mixing it up a little bit to make it somewhat of an event. And like to the point about like the babysitter too. It's like, hey, we have to also appeal to a younger crowd to kind of try and carry
I
this
see that
team
now,
ahead.
man.
Like
sometimes there's things I don't want my kids to be into, but it's just they are. They get not that I don't want to, but it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is for like 9-year-olds.
yeah, this is what they want.
And then I'm like, holy smokes, you see how it gets them too. Like you can, if you get kids not locked in at like 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, they're probably going to be for life. They're going to be with you.
It's like Drake from State Farm or whatever the hell that guy's name is.
Jake.
Like, yeah, Jake.
He's
from State
he's
Farm,
super famous. Like every kid I meet wants to meet Jake from State Farm.
which
honestly.
is absurd.
Well, that's also to your point too, though, Pat.
Go
Like,
ahead, yeah.
you know, it is sweet that they do the Marvel stuff, but like the NFL is the fucking pinnacle. Like you're not going to some like third-rate
Thank
like
you.
college basketball game where they can roll a bunch of these slobs out there, and people are like, oh, okay, that's neat. It's like people are paying good money to go to these games. Like to your point, like
great
if
money.
they would have put fucking Chris Evans out there or one of these Avengers, like that's the type of shit people remember forever. Like you'll be like, oh shit, you remember that Colts game I went to, 12 years ago when fucking Captain America came out at halftime? Like that's
Dude,
the type
what if Donnie Jr., sorry for cutting you off, but like you'll add to this, I assume. What if this motherfucker dropped down from the rafters?
Yeah.
In the
Don
in his Iron Man
Jr.,
costume?
Donald Trump Jr.,
said Donnie Jr., you
Donnie.
fucking asshole.
Don't go fucking
Robert Downey Jr.
political, dude.
How dare
This
you?
guy's
dude.
I didn't think Don Jr. It was
Listen,
We're talking
coming out of the
Marvel,
rafters
dude.
in
Yeah.
places.
Listen,
Donnie
My
Jr..
stadium experience, all I need is a good fucking highlight film on the Jumbotron, and at halftime, I want a dog chasing a Frisbee. Okay?
Hell yeah.
Or guys doing the Cavs game had pogo stick guys that were unbelievable.
That's cool.
The Phoenix Suns guy who used to jump off trampolines and
Crunch.
dunk. I'm sure he still does it.
Does Red Panda have all-terrain wheels? Could she do football games?
Ooh, I saw her hit. I saw her hit the other day. She hit the other day.
Yeah, which is tough that's news.
Yeah.
'cause
Back in her
gonna
heyday,
say,
she
that
could
shouldn't be.
definitely.
Yeah, her fastball's clocking in at about 86, 87
Oh,
now, which
no.
is it pains
Still
me to
major
say.
leaguer?
It does.
Major
Yeah.
league.
Really?
Still?
For who?
Yeah.
Throwing to Tebow? I don't think she's throwing
I
Aaron
will
Judge.
not.
Her and
Hey.
Russ. He could pitch to Russ.
Nah. Can't do it. Can't do what you're doing right now.
Thank you.
What are you saying? Hey, the proof's in the pudding. If there are videos of Red Panda, failing, and then Pat, who is a massive Red Panda fan, has to come on here and say, hey, I saw Red Panda hitting again yesterday, that's the expectation. We can't have the news be
No.
Red
The
Panda's
reason why
Red
I'm
Panda.
saying that. The reason why I'm saying that is because she hits so often, nobody puts her makes out there anymore because it's just like this is what this human does. The only time we ever see anything is when she misses. The other day, somebody was like, maybe introduced the Red Panda for the first time and said, holy fuck, is that human on a unicycle elevated kicking bowls onto their fucking head?
You think
Yes,
it's a
they
PR
are.
stunt for her now, though? Just like she knows that she gets viral if she misses a couple?
No, I don't think so.
Is there more than one Red Panda?
No,
She
she
used to go
respects
for
the
it.
craft.
She used to go for 40, 10,
That's
and
what I'm
10
saying,
every
after
night.
meeting
Is she trying to franchise it and train somebody?
No way. I don't
Impossible.
think you can. That's a one-of-one thing, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think she's the only
I got to
one.
meet her.
Yeah, it is.
I threw bowls to her.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh,
the
yeah.
authority, Diggs?
Oh, yeah.
If there was another one, there would be another one. Okay? There's not.
Fair enough.
Bingo.
Diggs. Yeah, Pat, where was that? Was that the New Orleans game where you announced the starting lineup that you threw bowls to her?
Yeah, Zion Williamson was announced third
Yep.
that evening.
That was the
Yeah.
day before COVID.
He was the only
Was it
boost.
really?
He was the only boost that didn't hit last night. Thanks.
The
Zion.
30 points, that's a big one, bro.
Yeah,
30 points is a big one. He's
He
shooting
did his
90%.
He had 31. They just
Yeah.
lost the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson at 39.
Really? Okay, Tone, fucking eat back, okay? Just so you can say, eat back everything you just said.
I knew what
Right there,
happened.
dude.
I knew that. I mean, if you're gonna,
I didn't, though. You were
What
giving me
happened?
false piece of information. We were
Well, no, I
just-
say all I said was a boost didn't hit, and it did. They didn't win the fucking game. Fucking lead your team
Yeah,
to a
but
victory.
you certainly
Lead
made
your
it
team
sound
to a
like Zion's-
victory, KC.
Yeah,
But Zion scored 31.
he had 31.
He did.
So he did his part.
Yes.
But
Did
the
That
team
team
needed to
didn't.
win. So he needed to score, what, 40?
Yeah.
It's a close game, too.
High standards over there. isn't it? High standards in the corner.
He said it was the only boost.
Lead
that-
him to win,
It was
dude.
the only boost that didn't hit. Okay, ruined the perfect
Bro,
night.
you people,
You people.
okay? Talking to you people mostly.
Who?
You.
Diggs?
Connor.
He pointed Diggs there.
This guy right here.
Ty
Diggs.
did so much damage to this man. He couldn't even say what his favorite
tore him down to
Thanksgiving
build.
side was.
Tore him down to build him back up, and now he's having maybe the best season any NBA player's ever had.
Thanks, Sarge.
Yeah.
Thanks, Drill Sergeant
Yeah,
Ty.
you
Bingo.
got it. You got it. We cleared this up, okay? I said when I saw him out in public in New Orleans with the fucking Bumpus Hans jumping up on that grocery store aisle, said, you know what? This guy's back. Okay, I will never say a bad thing about this guy again. He's found it.
Anytime you say Bumpus Hans, I get so excited. What a perfect description of those fucking dogs he had at that high-end grocery store, dude.
What's he averaging? How many points a game?
Dude, the best ever. How about that?
Best ever.
He's shooting like 60%. He's averaging 32.
Does he take threes and stuff?
No, he's got the mid-range.
He plays
He's got the step
basketball.
back.
Yeah.
AJ.
What?
Jeez, this is disgusting. Okay? This guy's maybe the greatest player of all time.
He's
Literally.
unbelievable. I'm saying it wouldn't shock me if he was hitting threes. I'm telling you, I told you, I went to the Cavs Lakers game, and every guy is 9 feet tall, and every guy can shoot threes. Like there's like no positions anymore. Whatever you do, what do you do? I don't know, but I have to be able to be 58% from the 3-point line. I'm 7'3".
Wembanyama.
Oh my goodness.
There's the Bumpus Hans.
There's the Bumpus Hans.
What is it? What are they doing? This poor man
saying what's up.
They're saying hello, and that food's ours.
Eating his hands.
Is that guy dead?
Yeah, he's got. They each have because you can't see his hand. They actually each have a hand in their mouth.
Oh, are we sure that's Zion though? He's got a mascot. We don't know if that's him.
Yeah, that's him.
I do believe that man on the right is Zion
See the
Williams.
Z on his head?
We'll see. It's not
What kind of
exact.
shoes is he wearing?
Until he confirms.
Oh, is that a dog store? That's a dog pet store.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
I didn't know that. I thought it was a high-end grocery store, because they're kind of built the same way.
So did I. But still, taking the Bumpus Hans to a fucking pet store, it's like taking them to Toys R Us.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Rest in
right.
peace.
Might as well take them to Disney World.
Yeah, exactly.
Bingo.
What a time.
Hey Pat, let's get to a 5-minute break. Our first one of the day. All right, let you take a leak or something over there. What do you think?
I'm in Vegas, and
Run down, play a few hands during the 5-minute break.
Ooh.
Let us know how it goes.
that's what I'm saying. Last night I was walking past some blackjack tables, and they were open, and I had money on me.
Ooh.
Came upstairs, went to sleep.
Wow. Look at you.
Nice.
You tell me, who's an adult, huh?
You.
All grown up, aren't you?
I actually thought to myself, I'm way too tired right now. Got a lot of money on me. Let's not lose it all day one here. So I'm kind of tired.
Hey, AJ.
Let's go to bed.
Pat, before you guys get to a break, Jerry Jones just said some interesting stuff to USA Today.
What's going
reporter.
on? Oh,
Is that what he said?
that wasn't what he said?
What did happen, Nick?
Zeke's going to pull it up here for you.
ZD baby. Ari Mirov, Pro Football Focuses.
Can you read it, Pat? You wanna read it?
What's up to Cowboys owner Jerry Jones told Jarrett Bell of USA Today that there's a good chance Odell Beckham Jr. signs with them soon and will play for them in the postseason. Odell's going to join us. AJ, how about it? He left Dallas without a deal. Everybody didn't know what the expectations were when he went to a Mavericks game. All of Dallas was chanting, OBJ.
OBJ.
OBJ. They were recruiting the shit out of him. Then Micah Parsons came out and said, Odell told me straight up it's going to be like 5 weeks before he plays again. Jerry Jones came out and said, we didn't know what the expectation was pretty much before the conversations and before the visit happened. We know he went to Buffalo. He had a full dinner and meal with not only general manager Brandon Beane, but at Josh Allen's house. Josh Allen hosted it with Von Miller, Stephon Diggs, and the boys on a Friday night recruiting visit to Buffalo. He's been on tour. He went back to the Giants. He went to Dallas. He ran into Von down in Dallas. They've been talking a lot, and now it appears as if Odell Beckham Jr. is going to get back into a rehab structure and into a rehab schedule with the Dallas Cowboys and be ready for the postseason, which is all that matters. Odell said, when you talk about football, I mean, regular season is cool, but we're here for the playoffs. Good for Odell Beckham Jr., good for the Dallas Cowboys. This makes their team better. I can't wait to watch him, AJ. And if this is what Odell Beckham Jr.'s life is about to be, and they were alluding to a long-term deal, I wonder what this will be. Will this be another 1 year where he can just go pick another Super Bowl favorite next year, or will this be long-term? AJ, your thoughts on this helping that team, though? That team's going to get real good in the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, I think it's huge. Z, is it possible to pop that last one back up in the middle paragraph there? Jones didn't reveal financial details, but said he expects the star wide receiver coming off ACL surgery after being injured in Super Bowl 56 for the Los Angeles Rams will be signed to a contract for the rest of this season. So, You're going to sign him here. The deal could become official. Jones maintained after the Cowboys try winning the 5th consecutive game on Sunday at the Jacksonville Jags. So Jared's saying, hey, Monday, Tuesday, Odell's going to be on our team. He's going to be in our facility rehabbing.
Sounds like it.
Odell Beckham Jr., T.Y. Hilton.
Why-
He's been working out, and of course he's extraordinary. Earlier this month, it appeared that Beckham 30 and the Cowboys wouldn't strike a deal as his comeback hinged on his availability for this season. Yet, as the past week progressed, Jones indicated on multiple occasions that the team's interest had not dissipated. Listen, our team has great interest. It has not dissipated one bit, Jerry Jones said to somebody. Beckham also has had discussions with at least 2 other teams, the Buffalo Bills and the New York Giants, and allegedly other teams also were chatting with him that were not announced publicly. Happy for Odell Beckham Jr. They're currently negotiating, huh? That's what you just heard?
That's what it sounds like, right? Yeah, and man, I am very curious as to what the deal looks like, not only because it's just for the rest of this season, but, yeah, what do they promise after that?
What was it, $600,000 for the rest of the year for T.Y. guaranteed, up to $1.5 million in incentives. We're going into week 15 right now, okay? So that'll be week 16, week 17, week 18. Then they'll have the divisional round. They won't be in the wild card, right?
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah.
Yeah,
They're
Cowboys will
5
be in
seed.
Yep.
in the wild card, then divisional round, then championship, and then Super Bowl. 7 games. Not a bad deal there for T.Y. if he fucking goes and eats. I wonder what Odell Beckham Jr.'s will be.
Yeah,
Incentive laden.
Will it be anything past this season? Do you think? Does he want anything past this
That's
season?
what he said. Yeah.
Does he want it?
So
if
I'm him, I wouldn't. Didn't he say he wanted something long term?
Yeah,
No,
he said
did not say that?
he wanted like a 2 or 3 year.
Oh. If he feels good out and he thinks the team he's going to go to is good.
Well, that's what he did with the Rams too. Is that the incentives weren't personal incentives; they were all team incentives. So, like them going to the divisional round and the NFC Championship, and even just going to the Super Bowl, he got bonuses for all that.
Well, at this point, it doesn't really matter though either, right? I mean, because if he comes and plays in the playoffs and fucking goes scorched earth, then like he's probably still going to have his pick of the litter.
That's why I would think he would just want to play. Say, hey, all right, I'll sign for the rest of this season, and then I'm going to be a free agent after I hopefully do the same thing and I don't tear my ACL.
Right.
Right.
I agree with you, AJ. Yeah. If I'm him, and this is just me looking from the outside in, and we're all like, I'm dumber. I don't know shit about fuck, So like, they don't take me for saying anything. Like, if I was in Odell Beckham Jr.'s position, why not every year? For as long as you can be good, just be an additive to a team that's on a playoff run. Because all anybody wants is Super Bowl rings at the stage of the career that you get to. Now, there's a lot to be said about guys who are on one team for their entire careers. There's a lot to be said about loving the whole process of training camp and everything. I understand that. Okay, I very much understand that, and that's part of football too, and people will love it. But if Odell Beckham Jr. has the ability every single year just to see what team's worth a fuck and what team isn't, so that the games in December and January matter, and sign on with them whenever the ratings are at their absolute highest, and if he has the ability to be a great teammate everywhere, which I understand that has been called into question whenever he was younger, but nobody really that we've ever heard speak said he's not a great teammate. So, I think he's probably an incredible teammate. So, just want to bury that narrative. If he's an incredible, everybody has respect I think everybody's a fan of his in the NFL.
Like it.
I think there's a lot of people that are just fans of him as well. There's probably dudes that fucking hate him. Let's be honest. There's probably guys that are like, this guy, who cares about this guy? There's probably that out there. But a large 90% of the NFL, I think, is fans of Odell Beckham Jr. So if he was to come to their team, they'd be excited. This guy could potentially be babyface with every franchise. That is such an interesting. The winning franchises, he's babyface. So what would he's ring chasing, which is guys do all the time. What would be the knock on that? I wonder. Just not long term security money.
Yeah, I was gonna say long term. Like you guys know, would it be weird going into a different locker room each year and then having to find a new apartment or whatever each year, and like you said, the long term money, guaranteed money, security stuff like that.
The only long term money thing that would be like, okay, let's say Odell doesn't get a long term deal just the rest of the season, and the worry would be I get hurt the third game there, and then all of a sudden I'm a free agent and I didn't get to show anything of what I still have.
Well, also if you're not coming in until whatever week he's coming in each year, you're missing half the season in game checks too, right?
Yeah, which I don't know if he plans on doing that every single year, but it's almost. Remember Roger Clemens? For years, Raj wouldn't travel to away games if he wasn't pitching.
Oh yeah,
I remember reading stuff like that, right? For a long time, I think.
For Odell too, it's also the
Roger Clemens stuff. Is Odell going to be that guy? Okay, I'm gonna come join the playoff team and kind of just pick and choose what I do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's one of the only humans in history that might be able to pull this off.
What was that, Con?
I was going to say, well, I mean, Von Miller mentioned it. Like, it's not so much just the contract. It's like, hey, the other, like, notoriety and the publicity you get for playing for the Cowboys and the Rams and the Giants in these massive markets, you know.
Cleveland.
Cleveland, of course. That's not counted in the contract, and you can't really put a dollar sign value on that, but that obviously, you know, helps him a lot for playing for those types of teams.
And Jerry Jones, like, let's say Odell steps in there and he starts playing well. Can you imagine the post-game scrums, like with the media and Jerry?
Yeah.
Jerry's going to be smiling, he is going to be so
We knew
pumped.
he had it.
Exactly, telling us exactly like how much of
What
a
a
genius he
great-
really is.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see him work out that first time, and I wonder why. And really, deep down in my soul, I was wondering, maybe this guy looks too good right now, doesn't want to show us, you know what I mean, for negotiation reasons. So that's kind of how that whole thing turned. I was never questioning how good he was going to be, how healthy he was going to be. He's fucking Odell Beckham Jr. So, Odell, you want to speak for yourself? And Odell comes in, this man, you know, like a fool. That'll be, I can see it. That'll be quite a scene.
We look for him to
They
sign
can-
then, right? In the next after this weekend.
Yeah.
It sounds
After the
like.
game, yeah. T.Y. and OBJ, same week.
Nice little
Let's
haul.
go. Add weapons.
Is T.Y. going to be thrust in the lineup right away?
Probably.
I'd assume
should.
600,000 guaranteed the rest of the way.
Yeah,
I
I
think
believe
they're
they,
getting-
I believe they said
15-yard
there's a
drag.
very good chance he's playing Sunday.
I think they might be getting James Washington, the Steelers wide receiver, who they picked up this offseason, back soon because he got hurt in.
And the rich get richer, don't they, Tone?
Yeah,
That's what they say?
Well said.
Hey, Pat, we're going to do our picks here on the other side. I think maybe we have Michael Cole in the 2 o'clock hour. I'm not sure exactly when. You tell me when you want to do our picks for these upcoming
Michael
games.
Cole. He
Yeah.
said a lot of really nice things about me, man.
Voice of the
You did too. Thank you all so much for that. Really cool of you, honestly.
Oh, Rick Deitch. He's the tip of the spear, isn't he, for like that whole world?
I don't know. I've known he's been very notable for a
Is that
long
a saying?
time.
Tip of the spear.
Tip of the spear.
Tip of the spear is
It's like the tip of
absolutely
the
insane.
iceberg, but the opposite.
Tip of the spear. Elite performer.
Yeah.
Lead the
The
charge.
best.
Bingo.
Oh, okay.
Popular military term.
Nice.
You want to be the
Trail
trailblazer.
heard of it?
Trailblazer.
I didn't serve.
Normandy.
unfortunately.
I didn't either.
I am not cut out for it.
I don't
not
think
either.
anybody was wondering if
Listen to this music.
Tone Diggs ever.
Well,
Served.
I'll tell you what, Pat. You read any of the comments on the Athletic article? Because some people saying some things about Tony.
Some
and-
people are fed up with Tony.
Yeah.
Tony who?
Tony
Some
Diggs.
people are fed
Tony,
up.
what do you mean?
Dog.
What happened?
Fed up with the Tony.
What did Tony
Which
say
I
in the
do
article?
not support. Tony
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
anything.
What else is new though?
The comments on the article.
Why are they commenting about Tony?
What?
Well, because
Sick of his conservative ass
let's
spilling
just-
out all these bullshit
Okay, now I
political
definitely need to read
takes.
this article. I
let's
just want to read the
say
comments
Tony's
too.
political
They said I was
leanings.
one of the wings. I can't remember which wing.
Wait, what?
Right.
There's wings?
That far right wing nut job in the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Spewing
read
out
these
his political
comments.
bullshit, inaccurate takes.
If they would only know
That's
who I voted
happening?
for.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Nick
Who'd you
read
vote
one
for?
of them. I was dying.
Nick, I can't
Oh my
wait.
God, Tone, look at you, bud.
Congrats,
Being taken
Tone.
serious by people.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Tucker Carlson Diggs.
With that being said, we're going to take 5. We have a lot going on the other side, though, Pat. Zack Wilson starting, in
Thanks,
case you
Tom.
didn't know. A lot of other things. Michael
Thanks,
Cole will be
Connor.
here sometime in the 2 o'clock hour. We will get our picks. Take 5. We'll see you in a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to report some great news. I am in Seattle. It's loud as fuck. I got some tooth in the booth. Oh, Michael's right there. Guest of Herbie. Kittle has a ton. Christian McCaffrey has over 80 yards. All he needs is a touchdown. Touchdown! Let's go! Yes! Keep it quiet. Let's go, dude! First half, we're going into halftime. Super Boost hits. Jake Herbstreit's here, huh? Dude, this is a monumental day. Boots on the ground, not boots on the field, of course. Couldn't get a band to get on the field, but I'm in the booth. It's the best place in town. I'm on the 50. I'm on the 50-yard line. Travel almost to Canada. This is way up left. Hey, way up left. Had to do it. The Super Boost curse is dead. Woo! We're about to win every single one until the Super Bowl. We did it. Thank you, Herbie, okay? Thank you, Al. And thank you for continuing to ride alongside of us when those are some dark days. We were losing, weren't we? Bad. Not tonight. No today. Have a Thursday. Boots. on some sort of ground, obviously, because I can't hover. You get it. Let's go.
Local Roger, it's National Tight End Day. Over.
It's another day on the job, baby. Another day on the job. This one means a little more.
Love you, big dog. Happy National Tight End Day.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Have a day, baby.
Come on.
Happy holidays. Let's keep it going.
National Tight Ends Day. Let's get a few, huh? Let's get one, baby.
It's National Tight Ends Day, dude. You're my gift.
You're the best, man.
Good luck.
Thank you, big guy.
Always
Thank you.
For you, buddy.
I still got to give George a big old hug. Oh! Good luck there, brother. I love you, dog. Do your thing, baby. Do your thing.
At the 15, breaks free 20. It's a 22-yard pickup by Kelsey.
It just rumbles and bumbles.
George having a good game today on National Tight Ends Day. Woo!
I can clap for that guy right there.
You didn't get that on camera. I hit that. What? Bottle flip, landed it. The world will never know, though, because no one got on camera.
Man, I done tripped over somebody's foot.
No, you didn't. That was all me.
I promise you.
I know.
Watch the film. Nah.
Oh, sorry. Chris, how you doing, dog?
What?
Oh, I got you so good.
Oh! I got you! I see you, Mr. Kittle.
Hey, got you, man. It's a fun day. It's a holiday.
Sir.
Kelsey, what up, baby?
An absolute pleasure, dog.
Thank you, man.
Much respect. Appreciate you paving the way for guys like us, man. Thank you, dog.
I'll see you when you get there.
I'm gonna just try and get this win. No offense.
Be great right now. Don't have a choice, right, Debo?
Mahomes wants to throw, flares it out in the flat, caught Kelsey. 45 across midfield, hurdles a defender.
He looked like he was a hurdler in high school. He was pretty good at hurdle.
How sick. Jimmy gonna throw it for the end zone. George Kittle took it away. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Kittle down the middle, baby.
I have to score again because if I score again, Greg Olsen said he'd take his shirt off in the booth. We gotta have it, dude. Tell Kyle so he makes sure to throw it to me. Because he cares.
Every yard they gain juices me up. I promise you, every yard they gain juices me up. Keep that ball rolling. Keep that foot on the pedal, boy.
The trust factor is out the roof between Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey.
More.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
Pour it on him. Pour it on him. Yeah. Yeah. Damn, this feel good, boy. I could live in this moment right here.
And the Chiefs are going to be 5-2 at the bye with a big win here.
You already know, man. I love you, man. Hell of a game, bro.
It's always a battle, man.
Yeah, you're the fun one to go and guard against,
bro, because you tough, man.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, run and pass, bro. You tough.
Go celebrate. How do you celebrate National Tight Ends Day?
Well, we got a bye week, so I get this celebrated for a whole week.
Oh, we're going to celebrate it now.
We're going to have some fun. We're going to enjoy this plane ride back home. We'll enjoy that one first.
Enjoy, guys.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You know, it's just like I'm frustrated with flying cars because I'm obsessed with that. Like, I want a flying car.
Me too.
What I got is my phone instead. It's like, well, the future is on your phone really right now. It's not like literally in front of you. You can't get into a flying car, but you know, your phone has it all. It's like, I don't want this phone. I'm not going to have this phone 14 hours a day like you young people do. No, thank you. Like, I'm not from that generation. Like, give me a flying car. And honestly, when we shut down the Mars missions, we were supposed to be going in 2024, and we shut it down. But a lot of people don't realize is, from here to the moon is 208,000 miles roughly. 200. So you can think about that. Well, in this country, a long road trip could be 4,000 miles, and how far it is to Australia. So 200,000 miles. That you think about that, and that's far, but like Mars. Think about this: is 250 million miles. 250 million miles. So, that's a little different thing because, when you go, it takes about anywhere from, 9 to 11 months to get there, depending on the alignment.
Are you going to fucking Mars?
And so,
Jim, are you going to Mars? It sounds like you're...
I wish I was. Maybe I think you'll have a chance to do a show from there when you're 80, Pat.
Okay, so here's what I think. I don't know. I would love to ask him. I would love to ask what the scheme is.
Is this a read here on where the middle linebackers lined up right here? Are you able to shift this? Are they able to change this to the center pulling as opposed to the guard pulling with where the linebackers lined up there?
Yeah, that's why we wanted to be kind of in a spread formation right there. Just try to put as much width to the formation as we could. And then ultimately the second part of that is being able to sell on a known passing down. I think that was the 2nd and 10. Being able to sell drop back pass, the illusion of our drop back protection. And then ultimately what's going to be the best angle of departure for whoever's going to climb to the second level to try to block 57, because let's not forget who that down player is, whether it's 95, 98. The Jets have fantastic front. That the goal going into that game was to hopefully just not let them wreck the game, and sometimes that's easier said than done with those types of players. But anytime you can get Dalvin Cook in space with the football in his hands, whether it's 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, really doesn't matter. It's something we're trying to always do, and I got to continue to find ways to do that, but also don't want to miss an opportunity to credit our offensive staff. Some of the ideas that they come up with every week, it makes it fun calling plays.
That's seemingly unstoppable right there. Spread them out, so then you got Mosley kind of on an island right there. And if he lines up head up, we'll have this guy pull, and if he lines up off center, we'll have the center pull in there. That's an option that they can put in there. This modern NFL with all these rules, you're obviously a massive part of it. We need to start saying your name a lot more whenever we start talking about young offensive things. The guy that didn't even stop after just Deboing your head coach, well, let's get him the fuck out of the building. I mean, unless he just hates McVay, which we need to maybe look into a little bit more. I'm sure he wouldn't not know that happened. Maybe he was trying to get as far away from it as possible. But whenever he didn't stop, I thought to myself, whoa, are the Rams?
What the hell's going on?
What's going on with the Rams?
Oh, they're dead.
That's a head coach who just got blown up and nobody even stopped to see if he was okay aside from a couple coaches. The guy that hit him just keeps on fucking jogging on the field, not even oh my God.
Yeah,
like,
I'm so sorry.
Not even one of those guys.
He couldn't have known. He couldn't have known it was a head coach.
If that happens on the field, they're pulling Sean into the blue tent. Hey, are you sure you're okay? I mean, you didn't fall, you didn't drop the ball. You just got hit right on the button that we're talking about. Sean McVay eats it, spits it out, puts the headset back on. Thought his commentating career was in jeopardy.
Sure.
He's allegedly been offered $15 to $20 million to go into the booth, which I think we're going to see a lot sooner than later with how this whole Rams thing is going. Bounces back, calls the rest of the game. Now they lose. They are not good, but he's a tough son of a bitch. I think we all need to start recognizing that a little bit more about McVay.
Can you imagine how fucking sore he is today? He's eating out of a straw for the next week.
I haven't been this confident in a Patriots game in 2-3 years.
Oh, no!
Let's keep in mind, we have all watched the Bears on primetime. The Bears just are not a good football team.
Oh, no!
That might be 41-3, one extra field goal.
Alternate spread, are you going to change it a little bit after seeing the fog over there?
Yeah, this morning I took him at 13.5. Before the show, I took him at 20.5. And then after the show, I'll take him at 28.5.
Oh, no!
Give me a good night.
You need to relax.
Hey, I'm
don't
pissed.
lose to the Bears tonight.
He's
Don't lose to the Bears.
Don't worry.
You hear me?
Don't worry.
You know what I'm going through today? You
think-
better not fucking lose to the Bears. Your team's fucking dead. You guys lose to the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football?
Wow.
Oh, no! Your thoughts, Connor?
You know, it is what it is. Football is football. None of my bets hit, and because of that, I will not be able to gamble at FanDuel or anywhere for the rest of my life, I don't think, because of those losses. However, you know, it's a humbling experience. I'm very glad that we're getting this game out of the way.
Hey,
Why?
let's go! This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Boston.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show. I am AJ Hawk, sitting in for Pat as I do on Fridays. Pat is out in Las Vegas right now. Actually, about to call the Las Vegas Bowl this weekend.
Football!
Nailed it last
Maybe your
night.
best one yet.
Niners 21, Seahawks 13 last night, boys. In the football that we already talked a little bit about earlier in the show, Brock Purdy continues his dominance. He's doing great. Pat will be back with us here shortly. We'll see whatever's going on over there in Vegas. He has a lot of things happening. Kirk Herbstreit. As Al Michaels didn't go to Vegas with him, did they?
Yo, you never know.
Yeah.
Al might mix it up.
Al loves Vegas.
Yeah.
Does he? How do you know? How do you know Al?
Who are we to say?
Because Al's a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's true.
Game, set, match.
Great dining experiences.
Boom.
Good gambling.
Yeah.
Well, what else?
His best friend.
Shows. What's the best show in Vegas, Ty? Tell me.
Come on.
Thunder Down Under, probably.
Okay, Con, what did you say?
I mean, what are we talking about? It's Chris Angel.
Oh yeah, my bad. I should give myself like a negative grade for even asking that question. I know Chris Angel is the man.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, that was fucked
Just
up.
walk right out here.
Yeah, that's 1,000%, and that's why I was there, because him and Chris Angel are best friends.
Does My Heart Will Go On still have residency? Because I heard
Celine Dion?
Who?
Yeah.
Celine?
Yeah.
Is she still singing there? No, like they've had 5 different people there since her, I think, in that Coliseum they built for Celine. Pat, what's up, man? I know Pat is back. Pat McAfee, join us again on your own show. Here we go, Pat. What's up? How'd it go? How was the break?
It's an honor to be on this show with you hosting it, pal. Great introduction, great back. I thought I wasn't going to be able to hear you there for a second, and then I thought I was immediately going to get caught in the in-between stages of me and Zito talking, and then you introducing me and me not being – and it felt like that was happening there at the very beginning. It was great. Just took, top 7 grumpy.
Oh.
Nice.
Nothing better.
Needed it. I'm going to be honest, traveling, kind of clogs me up a little bit.
What made it a top 7?
Just it felt a good relief. You know what I mean? Like it was just good relief. To get
just needed it.
Yeah, this morning not a lot of action. Last night a lot of travel. I mean, I flew Seattle, then back to Vegas. Like that was a lot of travel. I was to Europe yesterday on plane. You know what I mean? I went to Europe yesterday on plane. So I think like my insides this morning, it was a real fight. Let anything out for whatever reason. I don't know what the deal is. My body needs to figure it out. We're on a plane a lot. So that one right there was like hey, we're back to normal. And that was cool. That was a cool thing that just happened right there. So thank you for manning the ship back there. You do a great job hosting, AJ. You know what I mean? Every time I get texts from people around the world that say, that AJ Hawk character, whenever he hosts on Fridays live from the Thunderdome, it's so goddamn fantastic. I'm like, you're right. I wish we had him over there every single day. Why don't you do it? Why don't you move on over to Indiana?
Yeah, here you go, AJ.
Soon enough,
Better
I might.
football, tougher football.
Is it?
In Ohio, yeah.
Well,
49
well,
other
you know what?
states.
Hey, sorry, guys, but speaking of tougher, I'm going to have to get to this guy, the toughest guy I've personally probably ever met, other than Luke Fickell. This guy, if I read off his little list, host of WWE SmackDown, Mets and Jets fan, still has a soul patch. Seems like a normal bio that we have for any guest on any show, just like Regis and Kathy Lee or whatever. So please welcome Michael Cole, everybody.
Yeah,
Cole! It's not of a soul patch.
First off, AJ, I don't have the soul patch anymore.
What? I know.
Yeah. A woman shaved my face the other day, and I told her not to, and she shaved it off, so I haven't grown it back yet.
Oh, boy.
But how are you guys?
We're doing great. Where are you, Michael Cole? What are you doing right now?
I am at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois, outside of Chicago, ready for Friday night SmackDown tonight. Sold out, 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Pat, I heard you got a stomach issue.
Well, not anymore, Paul. Not anymore. I did there for a bit. A lot of traveling yesterday. You know that as a man who's well-traveled. First, before I ask you a question, I want to let you know that I am so incredibly thankful for you taking time out of your life to say those nice things about me for that athletic article. You're a busy man. You're on the road a lot. You're still an incredible husband somehow in the middle of all of that. And for you to take time out of your life and to say nice shit about me, I'm very thankful for it.
Thank you. They paid me a lot of money for that, so I got a real nice Christmas bonus. So.
All right, good. That's the only reason why you should do that type of thing. But I appreciate
you
man.
deserved it. Hey, congratulations too on
it.
being named the Sports Media Personality of the Year by The Athletic. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for taking time to get quote in there. Now, let's move along. We don't need to do this all day.
I was trying to pitch AJ for that, but they decided to go with you. So.
Hey, we're calling to ask you about the Sports Media Person of the Year. Cole's like, you got it. AJ Hawk is my vote.
Yeah.
This is my thought. I would do the same damn thing, and I assume it'll happen at some point. Let's talk about you not having a soul patch anymore. Is this the dawning of a new era? What's going on? Is this what you're going to be forever? Is this your new face?
It might be because my wife actually liked it. She still was trying to figure out why I had a soul patch for so many years, especially at my age. So I may just, exactly. So I may just leave it off for now. Who knows? Whatever. It is what it is. Hey, I did call for a reason because my team has a massive game this week against Foxy's team. And about 24 hours ago, I was really confident that we were going to kick the Lions' ass all over New York. I don't really feel that. I don't feel that confident anymore.
Well, you got the chosen one. Zack Wilson's playing. Zack Wilson's back. Zack
He's
is
back.
He's
He's
back.
He's back. How do you feel, Mike?
Zack's back. So I'll tell you how I feel. This game this Sunday will make or break the rest of Zack Wilson's career, at least in New York. The Lions are maybe the worst defensive team in football.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and well, listen, look at their numbers. They're at the bottom of the league, and
not the last few weeks.
Well, the last couple weeks, but look at the statistics. The bottom line is this: you're playing in New York in the playoffs against the Lions. If Zack Wilson cannot come out and play well in that game, thanks for coming. See you later.
That's a lot of power.
I don't believe it. I don't believe in the kid. I hope he has a great game. Obviously, being a Jets fan. Also, Corey Davis is out, big wide receiver. Quinnen Williams, who knows if he's actually going to play. Bottom line is, 24 hours ago, I really thought we were going to win this game. Now I really don't know. So, Foxy, I don't know what to tell you, kid.
Cole, quick question. Is that how most Jets fans feel, or is this just you?
No, there's 4 or 5 guys at work that are massive Jets fans like myself, and they are very, very concerned about this game now. No one has any faith in Zack Wilson. We're hoping he comes out there and surprises everybody. Listen, the BS of this all is that this coaching staff knew that Mike White wasn't going to play this week. They knew that back on Monday. That's why they elevated Zack Wilson to the second spot, the backup quarterback role. They knew he was not going to play. They dicked us around for 3 or 4 days before making that announcement this morning, and Mike White's out. And I truly believe they knew Zack Wilson was going to play. Saleh and Douglas have to save face for drafting this guy number 2. They have wanted Zack Wilson to play all along. They never wanted to bench this kid in the first place, but they had to when he made those comments at the press conference a number of weeks ago. Their entire, especially Douglas's entire legacy is wrapped up into this kid. And if he does not go out there and succeed and does not play well, who knows what's going to happen down the road. But I really think this coaching staff needed Zack Wilson to play, and they got what they wanted. And he's going to go out there, and let's see what happens. I hope he doesn't, poop the bed on Sunday. I hope he wins. I want to make the playoffs, but who knows?
Diggs?
Cole, I was going to say, Cole, I don't know if I think they might have known, but Mike White just came out and said he went to 10 different doctors this week to try to get one of them to clear him, and not one of them would do it.
That's a movie.
Right. To my point, they knew on Monday this guy wasn't going to play. I have no doubt about it. They have to save face. They put their entire future.
They need to win, though, right, Mike? They need to win games,
They have to win. They have to win. They got to win games, and Zack Wilson has to win this Sunday. This is the biggest game as a Jets fan in over 7 years this week. Wow. And plus we have a short turnaround. We got Jacksonville on Thursday next week. They have to beat the Lions in December, and then they got to beat the Jaguars. We have to win out to make the playoffs. And if you can't beat the Lions and Jaguars at home, thanks for coming. Goodbye. Same old Jets.
Mike, are you going to get that singlet on and wrestle anytime soon?
Great question.
Only if Pat is my tag team partner. That's the only way I'll do it. I still think that Pat and I should team up in a mixed tag team matchup against Rhea Ripley and Bayley. That is what I think should happen.
Gilbert.
I don't think that should happen.
Eugene. That'd be sweet.
We get our asses beat there. That is
I think we got to get in shape before that happens. But
you look good. You look good. Are you in shape right now? Yeah, you've been on the road a lot, obviously.
Sort of so. I'm not where I want to be. I'll use the excuse that every other loser uses this time of year, and I'll start after the holidays. But I'm about halfway where I want to be at this point.
What are you guys in the middle of? The internet's telling me big time SmackDown tonight. What's that? What's fucking going on?
Roman Reigns is here.
What?
The tribal chief, the undisputed champ, who's been champion for over 800 days, is back. And there's a big rumor going around that maybe Sami Zayn becomes a made man tonight.
Whoa!
And he finally becomes a member of the bloodline. That's the big rumor going around. Sammy's saw him earlier. He's getting dressed up and going to look good tonight.
Is he getting tatted up?
That.
Hey, listen.
Who?
Yeah, did they burn that? What prince is that, or what saint is that? They burned the card in the hand in the mafia saint. Who is
Saint
it?
Michael?
Oh no. Yeah, AJ. I don't know what Pat is talking about, but AJ, what's up?
Oh, no, not too much,
mafia.
Cole. What
is that? What's happening? You guys burning something in the same?
Con, what'd you have? Cole had something for you, Con.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Con
That was a real thing.
Yeah, Cole,
is
good
a
to
real
see you. So do you think...
know you don't mean that, by the way. You know you do not mean that.
That is not true.
He means
not true,
I'm here. He
Michael.
means I'm in
That's
person.
like broadcasting 101 when the guest is on. Try to make him feel welcome.
Nope. It's good to see you. I'm
right,
pretty
Cole.
fucking pissed. There's no soul patch, but it's still good to see you. What are the chances that you think Joe Flacco should be the starter instead of Zack Wilson? And do you think?
Why are you laughing?
Yeah, what's so funny?
What a Super
so
Bowl,
funny?
Come on, Mike.
Footsteps.
Jeez, dude.
You have a better chance of you being the quarterback Sunday, Connor.
Well, you must have missed me throw balls in that fucking net over there yesterday, pal, because I did, and I nailed all three of them.
Did you forget what I did when I was on the show last month? That unbelievable pass that I made into the basketball hoop.
You throw footballs like a mark, Cole. Don't bring that up.
No, Flacco has no chance. Look, he looked like a statue last week when he came in for those couple of plays. Joe needs to retire.
This guy
Enough.
stinks.
What?
He does.
Jeez.
Dude, Cole, we need to put you on First Take.
Yeah.
You got strong takes. You got strong sports takes.
Yeah, well, about my teams. The Mets had a really
Well, your
nice
teams
offseason,
stink.
even though we.
Oh, yeah, we're cheating. You guys are cheating. We're cheating. We're cheating.
Baseball.
I forgot. I'm a fan of the team. We're cheating. I love it. We're doing what the Yankees did, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Except for
Exactly.
DeGrom.
We were a $400 million payroll, and we still didn't get another bat, which is ridiculous to me because the offense stunk at the end of last year.
Yeah, but you got a 42-year-old pitcher. That's not bad.
Yeah,
No, hey, Ty, please.
What?
and DeGrom's gone, so that's good.
Pal.
Ty,
We're
by the
new
way,
you.
the guy who won the Cy Young Award last year with a 2.0 ERA. Okay.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Who's
Hey,
that?
by the
What
way,
fuck is that?
you heard the news, right? That John Cena's coming back on December 30th to
What?
SmackDown in Tampa.
What?
Yeah.
We are hun excited.
Yep.
John Cena?
John
Is
Cena
he
will
gonna
be
be
on
dressed up as
SmackDown, the
Peacemaker?
final SmackDown of the year.
Holy
Is he
shit.
Peacemaker?
What, Pat? You broke up on my end.
Is he showing up as Peacemaker?
I don't know. He might.
Has he taken that off yet?
Have you watched that show?
It's unbelievable.
So
So
good. All
good.
of it. Yeah.
It's actually really good.
All of them, yeah.
Hey, here's my guy, by the way. Just so you can say hi to him.
What up?
AJ Francis to you football fans.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's sweater.
Sweater.
AJ
Legit.
McAfee.
I know. I see
What's
it.
up, bud?
Beautiful men. They did good things.
Oh, yes. I love that
You look
sweatshirt.
good, dude.
You look
You look good, dude. Good to see you, man. You remember him? He did a food drive.
Oh, yeah.
Food pantry.
Maryland.
Ohio State, Maryland.
Cole, are you always suited and booted this early?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a double show tonight, so everything started early. We got rehearsal starting early and everything.
Yeah,
today.
Cole
So-
wakes up in a suit, though. Remember that. He shows up
Yeah,
at
I
our
do.
office in, like, fucking flip-flops and, like, the worst dressed thing of all time. I've never seen him at a WWE event, like, 10-hour WWE event, like, 10 hours beforehand. Always in a suit. Always fresh. I mean, always
Please tune
fresh.
in to WWE SmackDown tonight.
WW. Let's go, Cole.
Cole, did you get
Hey, I heard, by the way, Pat, I didn't know this. I just found out last night. I was texting with Zito and Foxy during the game, and they telling me you're doing a game tomorrow.
Yeah, the Vegas
In
Bowl. I'm
Vegas.
calling a game. Yeah, I'm calling
I
a game
didn't know
tomorrow.
that. How did I not know that?
I don't know. It kind of came up out of nowhere, to be honest with you. kind of came up out of nowhere. I was asked if I wanted to do it a couple weeks back, and I get a chance to call a college football game now with Herb Street, who also said very nice things in that article. Like you, people that are incredibly talented at what they do, legends in their field. So like getting a chance to call a college game with him, I said, sure. Didn't know it was the first Saturday that had NFL games, obviously, at the time when I agreed to it. It is. And then as it kind of came up here, because I called the Green Bay Packers-Lions game, and the night before I was trying to get like tips. Nobody would give me anything, so I texted Michael Cole. And I said, what do you think I should think about out there? And he sent me like a 2-scroller. Like, hey, this is what we're looking for. And every single Friday night on SmackDown, he'd be like, I think you understood me a lot better than a lot of people, and also I think because of your resume and because of how much and how great you are, you helped me a lot. I want to let you know that. So I appreciate you, man. And tomorrow I'm gonna try not to fuck it up and embarrass everybody. You know what I mean?
Well, you'll be great. ESPN obviously is putting you on that show because they need ratings because there's no way they're going to compete against the 3 NFL games. But nonetheless, at least
I'm not going to help
you out there to make sure people watch. So
I am not going to help that, Cole. I am not going to help that against the NFL. We got a long.
You and Herbie out there will help, and I just think people are going to be interested to hear what you have to say out there. So there you go.
Hey, I appreciate you. Have fun tonight.
I know. Hey guys,
have fun tonight.
I love you guys.
Love you.
Everybody, happy holidays. If I don't get a chance to talk to y'all, love all you guys, and hopefully Foxy come Sunday night. I'm texting you for a big Jets win.
Cole, normally
Jets. Jets.
See, Cole, I was just gonna say normally I'd talk shit to you right now, but I'm actually happy for you, for Jets fans, because just like me, when I say same old Lions, normally you guys are saying same old Jets. So I'm happy for you guys, but now that you had to do that, let's go. Lions are gonna fucking kick your ass. Let's go.
Let's go,
dude. I'll talk to you Sunday.
Good
Thanks,
luck.
guys.
Right.
Good luck, Pat. Thanks, AJ. See you
Thank
guys
you,
later.
guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Cole. Thank you, Michael Cole.
Holidays, Cole.
WW. Pat, so you're saying double show? It's 2:08 Eastern. They'll start he'll go for like 6 hours straight here soon. Is that what's gonna happen? Or 8 hours?
No, 4.
No, this is what I'm talking about. This guy wears this suit all day. You hear me? Fucking all day.
So he shows up like that. He probably feels like, hey, he feels professional, right?
Yeah, like they have the meetings in the morning, and when he gets to the arena, he's in a suit, full suit.
Is everybody else
all
like that?
No. I don't know. Commentators maybe. I don't know what other commentators do. I don't think so. No. But I would be like, walk in there, tank top, jorts, backpack, and I like the first couple times, and I'm sitting down. This guy's in a full suit, and he's like the best to ever do it. It's like they always say you should do what the best to ever do it is doing if you have the capability of learning what the best to ever do it's doing. So I tried to do it like Vinatieri, like, okay, I'm just going to like watch how this guy operates and then adapt some of what he does into my life. So like hopefully it'll just kind of osmosis in and I'll be able to be okay. So like when I was getting into this business, it was like Michael Cole, good guy to watch and learn from. And I saw him wearing a suit. I'm like, not going to take that from him. Not going to wear a fucking suit for 10 hours. This guy's in a 13 hours. This guy's in a suit or whatever. He looks good all day, every day. He's a professional, consummate professional, good guy. He said nice things. I appreciate him stopping by. Is it the same old Jets or is it the brand new Lions? I mean, it could be the same, right? That could be the outcome this weekend, Foxy.
Yeah, I agree. It should be an interesting one. Like a lot of people, you always see these percentages of us to make the playoffs, and I'm like, that doesn't mean shit because we could win, we could lose this week, we could still lose to the Bears, we could still lose to the Panthers. Like no game is a guarantee. So all these percentages are absolute bullshit. Just we'll see what team shows up.
It does feel like it is still the brand new Jets because I can't remember the last time they had important games in December. Like sure they might lose out and not do anything, but like the fact that they're even in the hunt now.
7 years, biggest game in 7 years.
Exactly.
Michael Cole says. Is that true?
It really might be since Fitzmagic. Remember when it was Fitzmagic, Eric Decker, and I think Brandon Marshall, and they both had 1,000 yards, and I think they were 10-6 went to the playoffs. They haven't been worth a shit since then.
I mean, it's a pretty pivotal game for Zack Wilson, huh?
Yeah.
Thrust into this lineup.
I'd say.
Did you hear what Cole just said? Did you hear that promo that Cole just cut?
Wild.
Jesus Christ. Sorry about that, Ty.
He doesn't have any face.
That was a real promo there from Cole on the Jets and Zack Wilson.
Spot on, too. Yeah. If Zack Wilson doesn't play good on Sunday,
but if he does,
he's fucking
though,
dead in the water. If he does,
which is what people expect, though. But if he does play well, are we going to say, "Oh, we were wrong"? This guy he's learned from his time off the field. His 3 weeks he hasn't been in.
Is it too late too for the Jets? Like it really feels like all of that team loves Mike White. So if he comes in and does well, is that even a worse situation for
Mike
the Jets?
Mike White's saying I want the 10 doctors to try to get cleared. Like, that is just adding even more to the Mike White legend that's over there.
Yep.
And whenever you think about, like, Overreaction Monday, if Zack Wilson lays an egg.
Oh, man.
Ty. What do you think those tweets? Honestly, those because you heard Cole say it, the Lions? Like, that's how he's talking about the Lions. Cole doesn't know it's the brand new Lions. And when you talk about those New York fans, there's a lot of humans that are just in that area that are naturally going to be fans. Like, a regional game for New York is like a fucking mass. There's a lot of people watching, just because how many fans they have. I would say 85 to 90% of them have not been told that this is the brand new Lions. So with what Mike White has been doing, with how tough Mike White is, this guy's a quarterback. You know what I mean? With all that type of thought with him. And then Zack Wilson, he comes in and does not perform well, and they lose to a team that a lot of their fan base probably just assumes still stinks, even though they don't. I'm just saying public perception, court of public opinion, probably pretty low when it comes to Jets fans' respect to the Detroit Lions organization as a whole, just because of what it has been over there. That's going to be a tough morning there on those tweets for old Zack Wilson, I think, AJ. I think it's going to be a tough morning.
Can you imagine how – okay, so Zack Wilson knows he's starting this game. He understands what's at stake. Like, I don't know where his head's at. Hopefully he feels good and confident. He's like, okay, I have another opportunity. I need to go find a way to prove whatever, prove these people right. Prove my coaches and my GM and owner right, not proving all the haters wrong. And then you throw like a pick six in your first series or something. Like,
and
that's a lose-lose for the guy.
That's where we see where your mental toughness is, honestly.
It's incredibly possible too. Like, it feels like that is more likely than the other. He's going to go out there and ball. But
I mean, how can he be loose? You think he can go out and play loose in these situations? I mean, maybe he can't. 'Cause he's like, hey,
Tone, I hear what you're saying. Tone, lose. He beats who? The fucking Lions.
Exactly.
Correct.
He
Even though
loses
they,
to who? The fucking Lions.
Even though they are better, they still gave up 430 yards, I think, to Kirk Cousins last year. Last week.
And it's still the Lions, like Pat said. Yeah, people still think it's the same old Lions.
Yeah.
He may be naive, but he's not dumb. Like, he his teammates can't stand the fucking guy. Like, they're praying that Mike White is going to go to an 11th doctor, and they'll be like, you know what, you actually can't. Like, none of these guys want to play
him?
with this guy.
What is the deal with him? What is it?
He just gives off the vibe of like an arrogant rich prick. I mean, like, anyone who saw that press conference, it's like, fuck this guy. Are you kidding me?
the photo from the draft.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like he's someone who's sticking his
hard
nose
to
in.
relate to.
Exactly. And sure, him saying that about the defense. Like, when you hear like Garrett Wilson and the other guys on the offense, like Conklin and Uzama, like them talk about Mike White and wearing the Mike fucking White shirts and all that shit. It's just they clearly are all in on Mike White, and they believe in him, and they don't feel the same way about Zack Wilson, but one of them happens to be the number 2 overall pick that the team decided, like, hey, this is going to be our guy going forward.
So how long does New York give him? Like, how long does...
1 game.
1 week, yeah.
I just heard.
And then after this season, though, what do they do? Do they cut him? What do they do?
Try to trade him.
Try to trade him? Someone going to pick him up?
Carolina.
I mean, they'll get a 5th round.
Yeah.
If
there's a top pick, who's a quarterback.
But it's already time to move on? This is his second year, right?
There's a coach out there that thinks that they could take his talent and make him a good quarterback.
But do you think they'll move on already after 2 years of, not even 2 full seasons? Obviously been hurt, benched, all of this. Are they going to... Pat, you think they're going to move on from him this quick and just let him go?
I don't know. This is the whole Purdy thing, dude.
Yeah,
exactly. If you have the person on the roster, you're the one that made that decision to have them on the roster. It's always like an ego thing. Everybody always talks about it. Like, they spent a high draft pick on this guy. It's like, I get you spent a high draft pick on that guy, but you didn't spend much on this other guy. So you should be flexing that as opposed to being too prideful to let this one fall. Like, whoever you have on your roster that can make your team win, you should play. I think Bill Belichick has done that, incredibly. This guy can't draft. This guy can't draft. It's like, well, he's finding 5th rounders and 6th rounders that are fucking better than everybody else somehow. So is he able to draft? Maybe just not at the top where everybody else is, where there's a lot of misses. He's a little bit more deep. He's been able to build a great team, but it's like that whole thing is interesting with Purdy. That whole thing is interesting with Zack Wilson because those picks. That's big-time draft capital because of all the expectations that come alongside of it, because of things that have happened in the past for a few of those that have been drafted in those situations. Remember, whenever you talk about a Mount Rushmore, there's only fucking 4 spots, you know? So everybody thinks that they're going to get a Mount Rushmore quarterback because the Mount Rushmore quarterback has been found at that position or whatever, at that placement of the draft. And it's like a lot of those miss. And if you just keep fucking forcing it because they were once there, are you going to lose out on somebody that is actually there? And, you know, it's like Mike White, that guy. I don't know. We don't know. We have no idea. But I think it's going to be tough not to want to find out if you're a Jets fan, if Zack Wilson struggles here, you know? I think that's going to be a tough thing to want to say, like, no, we don't. Send Mike White somewhere else to go have success. Like, we don't fucking want that. You know what I mean?
Are there people making the argument like, hey, why are you taking quarterbacks up high? Look at take a Brock Purdy or Mike White. When was Mike White drafted?
He was like, fifth round,
I think.
Fifth?
2018.
Are people trying to claim, like, hey, just find these guys. Stop wasting high picks on them. Just find these guys in the back half of the draft. Like, is that a thing?
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about? Mr. Irrelevant fucking doing what he's doing?
I know, but is there a way to consistently find guys like that?
No. The draft is impossible to figure out.
I know.
We know that. But that's not how expectations are, though. Expectations are like, hey, this person's going to hit because they're definitely drafted here. Yeah. I feel like we're not one of the only people. A lot of people do it. But we were one of the beginning people to talk about, like, well, our draft spectacular, for instance. Nobody getting picked at any spot has any guarantee that they're going to be good in the NFL. No. Maybe 1 or 2 people you see like, oh, that's a man that plays and has been rich and is able to handle money and is able to handle a brand new scheme and is able to handle a whole new city and is able to handle, like, so many things have to go right for somebody to work out in the NFL. We as players, I think, and as player, I say that obviously I know I'm a punter, but in the locker room, you see so many people with so many high expectations just fizzle out and be shitbirds, and you're like, nah. And then we've seen so many like 4th rounders, 5th rounders, undrafted guys that have come in as free agents, like, have success, and it's like it's hard for us to value draft picks as much as everybody else does, right? But now that Purdy, if he's going to go on and have success, he's 262. Now there's an opportunity to always tell that story to every draft pick by every general manager, every media. This guy could become the next blah, blah, blah. It just opens up the storyline more, which I love and appreciate. But honestly, a lot more credit should be given to the people that make it as opposed to where they're drafted at. It's like almost these people have had to focus in, lock in, and be pros. That's not easy to do, AJ. It's not fucking easy to do. It's not easy to make it.
And we've talked about it. Pat, you say this all the time. Like, the only thing I think we can look at when we look at the draft is these wide receivers and corners are going to come in and do good because that's all they've been doing, and they've been posting on social of them doing good, and that's why they're ready. But, like, that's the thing with the whole Trey Lance situation. It's similar to Zack Wilson almost. It's like Trey Lance is about to go into his 3rd season, and he really hasn't played any football. Yeah. It's like, what do you do next year?
He's had flashes of good, right? He's had flashes of great.
Yeah.
But we don't really know what he is yet as a quarterback. He doesn't know what he is as a quarterback yet. He hadn't had enough time, I think.
Yeah, like this year he lost that week 1 game in Chicago, but like it's impossible to count that. It was a monsoon.
There was 18 inches of water.
Yeah, so like you have no idea what you have, but then like how long do you give Trey Lance? Because if you start out slow next year and you know Brock Purdy's there, like, okay, you kind of have to go to him. But then you look at a Josh Allen situation too, where it's like, all right, that guy needed 2 full seasons before that 3rd season where he took that massive leap to like
rare.
Really get his legs under him. Yeah,
isn't
is that
rare?
more rare?
The jump that Josh Allen made, I feel like doesn't happen that often. I feel like he was a starter for 2 years, pretty much.
He started right
until he really he made some huge leap. Like he got a lot better.
But they also helped. Like they went out and got Diggs for him. You know, like that makes a fucking
the team around him is much better.
Exactly.
And he improved. But yeah, like a lot of times people thought Josh Allen might be this just this gunslinger with a big arm, like Neil O'Donnell. People talk about how strong his arm was.
Well, let's not talk about Neil O'Donnell.
I love Neil O'Donnell. Big fan of Neil O'Donnell. Mike Tomczak, everybody.
Wait, what?
Stop saying it just because he's Irish. People are saying that. I don't like it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Fucked up.
Huh?
You're saying Neil O'Donnell got paid off in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, go to the Super Bowl after.
That's how bad he was.
What about Shoeless Joe?
He just threw those 2 picks right to Larry
exact
Brown.
same picks, the exact same.
What if he sues you for defamation?
Huh?
He could sue you.
Sorry, allegedly.
What are you saying?
Oh, okay. This is that comment I just read on the.
That's right.
What did they say you are? What did they call you? Called you Tucker Carlson Diggs?
Left wing weirdo.
Far right wing tone.
Far right wing tone.
Well, and just a couple quick things here. Like, Tone, that means somebody's actually taking you serious, which is awesome.
Bad.
Congratulations.
Amazing.
Baby Tone.
Amazing.
Very bad.
And for, like, Mike White and Brock Purdy, like, congratulations on this being a incredibly tough to navigate situation for the modern general manager or head coach in a business that is the NFL, honestly, because it is a business, 100% a business. And it's also like your resume matters, your ego matters, like everything that happens that you do is getting judged because there's only so many jobs. And congrats to all of them. I hope the best player plays. That's what I hope happens.
Yeah, it's sweet for them because they played so damn well that they're putting their teams in this, situation.
Yes.
But you just said it about Buffalo. Like, the 49ers and the Jets, they don't feel like teams that are, like, have the capability to be patient. Like, the Bills had that kind of like, okay, we have some time here. We're not going to get slaughtered because Sal Capaccio is such a good guy and he won't write it about us like we're terrible. Whereas New York, we know how their media is. And San Fran, it just strikes me as a team that they know, hey, we have all these unbelievable players. We've paid all these unbelievable players. And the only thing that we don't have is like that franchise quarterback, or they do have it and they don't know which one to play because there's Lance and Purdy now, and Jimmy G if he comes back.
Because of the sheer size of the town of Buffalo, obviously it's going to be a lot smaller in the attack than like in New York City or something like that. But they were taking some, remember? I mean, they were taking some McDermott, Bean. They were taking some people taking shots at them.
Yeah.
I think their fans also were very confused about what was going on. And I know Dan Orlovsky said Jalen Hurts has grown the most in the history of any quarterback in throwing or whatever. It's like, I think stats, there could be an argument for old Josh Allen as well from year one to where he became. Brandon Beane never doubted that he was the guy, ever. And he empowered him, and he got better, and Josh Allen worked. He's an awesome story. But to AJ's point, I don't think there's going to be like fucking 20 more Josh Allens.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think
Very
that's
rare. They're very rare.
I don't think it's going to happen. You're going to get some cowboy, that just has a work ethic of a fucking dog to go get better and a personality that understands he can handle all the criticism. It's tough to hit on somebody, and if you find a guy, you got to keep a guy, I think, personally, but who knows? Business is business, AJ.
Especially if you know if he's the guy. Pat, what we're going to do here, we're going to get to our last little break here before in the third hour, I should say. Third o'clock hour in the C block. I was trying to tie it into real shows. We're going to go blocks. So we're getting into the C block here. We're going to finish up the third hour. When we come back, we're going to do our picks, though, right? Are you ready to do these after the break, Pat?
I just pulled up the graphic of all the games. I'm starting to get an eye on them here.
Let's go.
Okay, good.
Let's go.
You get a good early look because it's going to be a good week for both of us, I think. But
hell yeah, Super Boost.
A couple other things we're definitely going to hit. Super Boost hit. I mean, the curse is dead, so here we go. The Super Boost will hit for the rest of the year, most likely. Take 5. We will see you soon.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to report some great news. I am in Seattle. It's loud as fuck. I got some tooth in the booth. Al Michaels right there. Guest of Herbie. Kittle has a ton. Christian McCaffrey has over 80 yards. All he needs is a touchdown. Touchdown! Let's go! Yes! Keep it quiet. Let's go, dude! First half, we're going into halftime. Super Boost hits. Jake Herbstreit's here, huh? Dude, this is a monumental day. Boots on the ground, not boots on the field, of course. Couldn't get a band to get on the field, but I'm in the booth. It's the best place in town. I'm on the 50. I'm on the 50-yard line. Travel almost to Canada. This is way up left. Hey, way up left. Had to do it. The Super Boost curse is dead. Woo! We're about to win every single one until the Super Bowl. We did it. Thank you, Herbie. Okay. Thank you, Al. And thank you for continuing to ride alongside of us when there was some dark days. We were losing, weren't we? Bad. Not tonight. No, today. Have a Thursday. Boots on some sort of ground, obviously, because I can't hover. You get it. Let's go. Just reading this headline here that is written on this piece of paper by Boston Connor this morning. Lou Holtz sent Brian Kelly several letters over his Notre Dame tenure to no response. This must have slipped through the cracks in the group text. Sports Illustrated is reporting, while talking to reporters this past week, Lou Holtz shared that while Brian Kelly was at the helm, he wrote him several letters over his tenure as coach. Unfortunately, Holtz said, he never got a response. So... Obviously, we got to go.
Well. Looks like I wasn't fibbing when I said that Brian Kelly was a big old piece of shit. He writes this guy letters and tries to tell him, hey, this is exactly what you need to do if you want to be a successful coach at Notre Dame. Okay, he didn't fucking respond to me once. You know how long it takes me to write these goddamn handwritten letters? I'm not typing them on a Macintosh. I'm not typing them on the Dell. I'm dipping my ink in the quill, and I'm writing these handwritten letters. And what does he do? He says, hey, you know what, Lou? I won't write you a letter, but I'll send some kid into a cherry picker with 85-mile-an-hour winds, and I'll kill him. And then guess what? I still won't write you a letter back. He can apologize, but it doesn't matter because Notre Dame's in the right spot. We got Marcus Freeman with 17-point underdogs at Ohio State. And I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Kelly gets run out of LSU because before too long, the boosters down there are going to find out what I found out. And that's that he's a big old steaming bag of shit.
Coach, isn't it a chance that you with those handwritten letters that he never got them? He was just checking his email?
No, you kidding me? If I fucking write a letter, it's getting on the head coach's desk, okay? You think Charlie Weiss ever got my handwritten letters or Tyrone Willingham? Those guys always wrote back to me. Always.
Oh, shit. Probably just put bacon in those letters.
Thank you, Coach.
That's your buddy Brady Quinn, okay? He knows I wrote a letter before every single Notre Dame home game. Had it in his locker.
What did you say about the game where you're taking on your future brother-in-law, A.J. Hawk?
Well, I said, good luck, Brady. Hopefully you play like a guy like Carlisle Holiday. I'm sure you remember him. He was a great quarterback at Notre Dame. Led them to a lot of success. Of course, you know, Brady, unfortunately, they had good seasons, and they got their asses beaten every single big post-game bowl. And we all remember the LSU Sugar Bowl where that Marcus Russell or whatever the hell his name was, he threw it all over the football field. And then AJ and the Ohio State Buckeyes beat the shit out of Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl.
Did you see the documentary about Manti Te'o? Seems like a really good guy that the world
You know what?
really was rooting to.
Manti's a sweet kid, okay? And I'm sick and tired of everybody shitting on him and making him feel like he wasn't a sweet kid, because he was such a sweet kid. Everything that you want out of a student athlete at Notre Dame. He wasn't Catholic, which I don't love, but he's a sweet kid, and he really got misrepresented in that. I still feel bad for Manti.
Did you write him a letter when all that shit came out?
Once again, I couldn't write him a letter because he's not Catholic. If he was Catholic, I would have, but he's Mormon, and I don't know about his religion as much as I do about the Catholic religion, touchdown Jesus, all that kind of stuff. But no, you know, I feel bad because Manti was such a good player. He was the highest rated linebacker recruit Notre Dame ever had, you know, and look at him now. He's just a sad oos on a beach down in Hawaii.
Did you say sad ooze? Oh my God, Coach Schultz, I did not know you had ooze in the repertoire.
Yeah, of course. How do you think I recruited? We got some bad ooses in my time at Notre Dame. Offensive, defensive line. I stole a couple of them from SC and BYU and all those places.
Jesus. Man. Oh, I'll tell you, I did not expect that today.
Hello, welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show. No music, no intro really to this one. 2:30.
Music.
Friday, December 16th. I know there's music.
Open your ears. No, you said there wasn't. Open your ears.
Naturally, the toxic table is here. I am not Pat McAfee. I'm AJ Hawk. Sitting in for Pat. He might be joining us from a hotel room in Las Vegas here shortly. We will see you, toxic table. Connor, Ty, Tone Diggs.
How you doing?
Oh, my bad. I almost called you your other name. Sorry.
What's that?
All the boys
What?
behind the glass. I appreciate everybody. We'll
the
get
name.
you here in a little bit. Nick doesn't wear his Tommy copper fit gloves anymore.
That is
So
weird.
He's
it's
got
a
him there
lot better
just in
over here. It
case.
feels better over here. I don't have to see that creep
Why?
holding
What's
up his
wrong?
fingers. If there's Tommy Copperfit.
Talk about
gloves.
creep with fingers, dude.
It's not Tommy Copperfit, is it?
No.
Don't throw rocks if you live in a glass house.
You're right. Hey, I actually, Nick, I've texted you and outside of the show and asked you, like, hey, do you think those things could actually really help my fingers, all my crooked fingers and hands? And Nick he is sold. He's all in. I don't know if he's getting paid
Imagine
by
if you
Tommy
put those
Copperfit or
on
not.
and all your fingers are like straight again.
That'd be weird.
I mean, you think that's possible?
I don't know, that's Brett
There's only
Favre.
one way to find out.
Yeah. Hit your number one speed dial.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Brett Favre.
Is there speed dial anymore? Does anyone know what speed dial is?
There's favorites.
There's favorites. That's the
That's
only
it,
thing
though.
they have.
Do you use them? I don't
No,
use
I don't have
favorites.
any in there.
I do.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Who's your favorites?
Wife, brother, and parents.
Do you have another brother?
One brother.
Okay, good. Ty?
That is mine as well.
Yeah, right. Evie, what about you?
I don't use that.
Bookie,
Yeah.
drug dealer, whatever. That's probably
Booze.
Hell yeah.
liquor store. Where are we going, Con?
I
Finish your
Booze
thought.
store. I don't have any in the favorites. No, I've never used it before. Maybe I will now. Now that I've been enlightened on it. What does it do though?
It just puts their names in there, so you don't have to scroll through
It's
the
right there.
contacts to find them.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
I mean, if you're making phone calls, you just go off of recents.
Yeah, or
Pretty
why
much.
not just
Yeah.
search it? That's why they have the search bar.
So you don't have to. You just click one button.
Do you guys make a lot of phone calls, honestly?
No.
No.
Does
FaceTime.
anybody make a lot of phone calls outside
Only
of
to
the
those
corporate
4 people
world?
I
Diggs
said.
does, actually.
Only to those 4 people I said.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I talk to my wife on the phone, not like for hours, but other than that, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
you
I
can,
really
you can
don't-
do it texting, really.
Really
Yeah.
don't talk to many people outside this office, to be completely
You're right.
honest with you. So aside
You're
from
right.
that, it's a lot in the. I mean, our text group is so active, so it's just
Yeah,
a
you're
lot
right.
of that.
The
to
chat
do.
group is very, very active. And with that being said, let's bring back the other active guy who this is his show, Mr. Pat McAfee from Las Vegas. What hotel are you in? Something sweet out there? You don't have to tell us.
No. I'm in a nice little spot. Nice little spot. Not too bad. I got a couple things that if science could figure out how to have a camera with the backlight being 4,000 times brighter than the front light, and I could have this open. Got the strip right behind me. Vegas is it's a little cold. It's a little colder than I thought.
In
A little chilly,
Nevada?
a little chilly. Yeah, last night was chilly when I got in here. I didn't
Damn.
expect
Nevada,
that. I guess
Nevada?
it is the desert.
Cold at night.
I'm a Nevada guy, personally.
I'm Nevada, too. What are you guys?
Nevada.
Tone?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Con?
Against what?
You're Nevada.
You're definitely Nevada.
You just said Nevada. What about
Nevada,
Evie?
yeah.
What are you?
Nevada.
See?
Nevada.
Really? So is this a regional? It's not a regional.
That
thing.
doesn't
What is
sound real.
Nevada.
Nevada.
There it is. There's Z. Thanks, Z. Gertie, what about you?
Nevada.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's Nevada.
Hell yeah.
Nevada. Okay, I wonder if it's regional. Doesn't matter. We'll get to the bottom of that at a later date. Maybe a different show, Pat. But let's get to our picks, man. What do you think? Let's do this. You ready?
Hell yeah.
Z, if you could pod those things up, man. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What a
No more
professional
bye
program
weeks.
this is. No more bye weeks.
Woo,
That's
let's
actually
go.
great. That's great news because every time I wonder about somebody, I realize they're on a bye week.
Bye
I
weeks
feel like I
suck.
forgot that they were in the league almost at times.
Concur.
Okay, Saturday slate. Man, tomorrow, 1 p.m.
Let's go.
This is awesome. I like this. I love what we're doing here. We have the Colts traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, and the Colts are 3.5-point dogs. What do you think, Pat? Jeez.
Yeah, 3.5 seems like that should maybe be more. Don't you think you should give me like plus 5.5, plus 6.5 here? Maybe.
Well,
plus
FanDuel's
7.5?
unbelievable company, and they have it at 3.5, so that's what we have to go with.
All right, give me the Colts plus 3.5. Don't love it. Was going to
Really?
be there for this game. Was going to be there for this game because,
In Minnesota?
our relationship with old Victor the Viking and others. I was going to try to go to this game and be there, boots on the ground, to watch the Colts take on the Vikings, especially in that stadium, which I have immense respect for the environment that it's going to be there. But Jeff Saturday had a bye week, and we all know Jeff Saturday undefeated after a bye week in the NFL.
That's true.
So give me Jeff Saturday and the Colts figuring some things out. Don't love that T.Y. Hilton was available and did not play for the Colts, playing elsewhere. That doesn't, certainly sit well with the fans who probably feel a certain way about that whole thing. But they are happy for T.Y. Hope T.Y. has success. But give me the Colts team that I know nothing about really at this stage of the game when I really should, to go into Minnesota and cover 3.5 points.
With that being said, give me Minnesota minus 3.5 at home. Next game, Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Cleveland. Baltimore, 2.5-point dogs at Cleveland. Who's the starting quarterback for Baltimore right here?
Tyler Huntley.
Tyler Huntley's a good player. Why are they 2.5-point dogs?
He got dinged up last week.
I know, but still, they don't have any faith in him being 80%?
Nope, I guess not. Divisional battle. It's the home team.
Pat, what do you think here?
Dude, this one's tough.
Like,
This
how is
being the
Deshaun
sec-
going to be? Is Deshaun going to play well? Like,
He has not.
Almost feels like the Browns are the right pick here. Almost feels like the Browns are the right pick just because of how absurd it looks and sounds.
What do you think? You know what? I'm going to take the Browns. I'll jump out ahead of you. I don't know what you're going to pick. I will take the Browns just off of pure instincts that I've felt right now. I was going Ravens until then, but give me the Browns.
All right, I'll go Browns as well. I'm not going to take that as an L there. I don't know that one. I'll just take whatever you take. That should be a good game. I'm excited to watch that game. That's going to be a tough battle. Browns still got the run game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes. What time's your game tee off?
2:30.
2:30 Eastern?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what time's my dentist appointment?
Tooth 30.
Hey, you can't,
2:30.
honestly, you could easily. Kirk may even have. You should have an iPad on your side with these NFL
Yes.
games playing.
They're
I've worked with guys a
focused.
million times that have an iPad playing of their like other
We are
college they went
focused
to.
on the Vegas Bowl. Okay, you don't just fall into the Vegas Bowl. Okay, this is the bowl game of all bowl games.
Jackpot.
But what better way to honor Vegas by betting on games that are going on and reacting to them as people in Vegas would?
So I'm doing the first thing. Very great cowboy hat. You look amazing. That's from that hat will last you a lifetime. You treat it right.
I don't think so.
I will certainly be having money on these games.
Here we go.
But I will not be watching them. I'll be dialed in to Florida, Oregon State. I'll have to get updated later. So I like the Colts. You like the Vikings. We both like the Browns. Do you like that cowboy hat?
This honestly feels really good.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
I'm very inexperienced with cowboy hats, but I understand what I understand what the fuss is all about.
Yeah, as soon as you put it on, it changes you as a human being.
And I'm very pale-skinned human, too. I get burnt very easily. This would be
that's
very
perfect.
conducive for me. I should play golf in a cowboy hat.
You should.
Yeah.
When
Yes.
When
I
you're
don't
out in
play
the
a lot.
yard, just fucking doing yard stuff, you should wear one.
I know you're a big yard guy,
Oh, yeah,
Diggs.
huge
You talk
yard
about it all the time. Edging, mulching.
Yeah.
You
Right.
Edging?
What?
Aerating.
What?
What is that gone?
What?
Is there more than one form?
What? I didn't know what you were talking
What's the next
about.
game, Zeke? Pot them up for us, please. Okay, here we go. Did you take the Browns, Pat?
He did.
Yep.
Saturday, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Dolphins travel to Buffalo. Josh Allen and the crew. Jordan Poyer. Dolphins are 7-point dogs. They got to be offended by that, don't they?
I'd assume they wish it was colder. It's going to be. Give me the Bills.
Yep.
Yeah, give me the Bills all the way around here.
Oh.
Bills -7. Man, now we get to our Sunday games. Falcons traveling to New Orleans. So is this is the Red Rocket under center here for the Saints?
Somehow.
Desmond Ritter.
For some reason, yeah.
Oh, Desmond
Debut.
Ritter.
Yeah.
Ooh, what do we think? You know what? Give me the Falcons. I like the new rookie quarterback starting, Desmond Ritter. I saw a lot of what he did in college. I know you've worked his games before in college. Give me the Falcons.
Yeah, I was going to ask Tone. Tone, what's brand new, fresh starting quarterback games like?
I would normally go with the veteran here, but I think it's bullshit that Jameis isn't playing, so fucking take the Falcons.
All right. I'll take Desmond Ritter. I feel like we just
Well
started a
said.
new one there.
All right.
Fresh new quarterback starting. Speaking
Now-
of, Zack Wilson's back at home. Are they underdogs at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1.5
1.5.
points.
So
Line
So
didn't move,
Jets
though,
fans-
really.
Biggest game in 7 years for this program.
Jets fans, you should know that your dogs at home in December against a team for a reason. This isn't the same old Lions.
Against the Lions.
It's the brand
Brant.
new
Lions.
Yeah.
Give me the Lions.
Hell yeah.
Lions -1.5. Jeez, this is a tough one for me. I'm going Lions too. Honestly, I have faith in what Goff has been doing. Now,
go, boys.
he could easily poop down his
Let's
leg, as
go.
Mike Cole would say, but I think I like Jared Goff. -1.5. We're both on the Lions here. We agree too much, but Kansas City travels to
No, it's
Houston.
good.
Houston is 14-point dogs. I don't know. These huge lines always make it difficult. The Chiefs could lose this game or they could win by 50. We don't know. What do you think here, Pat?
I think 14 is different than 17.5 or 28, which is the all-time leader. There's big ones they don't cover. Give me the Chiefs to cover this one in Houston. Dome, going to feel good. It's a fast track down there. I think it's good news for the Chiefs, not bad news for the Chiefs.
Yeah, all right. Give me the Chiefs at +14 or -14 there. I'll take
I thought
them
you were
plus
gonna get
14 if you need
Texans
to.
I thought you were taking the Texans there.
No, I wanted to find a way to take
You
the
got a cowboy
Texans,
hat.
but I don't
Yeah.
feel good about
Come
the
on.
Texans. There's
Wearing a
plenty
cowboy
of
hat.
plenty of Cowboys in Kansas City. You know that they got some of the best barbecue out there.
More
What?
Texas.
Yeah, but there's a bull right there.
Where?
I'm right there.
In Houston.
It's the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, give me the Chiefs minus 14. We're moving on. Eagles traveling to Chicago. Sorry about it, Zeke. 9-point dogs are the Bears at home against the Eagles. I'm honestly a bit surprised it's not bigger.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Absolutely.
Are we expecting some elements? Is that why they don't? It's not going to be a high flyer.
That's better. That's better.
Yeah, it's better for the Eagles.
This is a weird line.
It is.
Just like yesterday's.
Give me the Eagles.
Give you the Eagles minus 9. Yeah, I'll take the Eagles minus 9
Chicago.
too. Yeah, give me the Eagles minus 9 until
Hey,
they
we're
prove
on
me
the
different.
same side of a lot of things. I don't think you're supposed to take the Eagles there, right? Like a lot of people are going to take the Bears plus 9 or no.
Well, that's the good thing is there's no. What do you mean? There's no right or wrong. We do whatever we want.
Same with the Texans too. Last week the Chiefs got up
right.
27-0. All of a sudden Broncos come back 34-28.
We will lose by 3.
There's a way to think like, but like the Eagles haven't been great on the road, but the Bears they are 0-4 ATS their last 4, so it's not like they've been playing great either.
So
Sweet. Give me the Eagles.
Eagles, you have them as well. I do.
They're so fun to watch. They're like the Niners. That NFC is fucking awesome.
Dominant.
You're right. That's the playoffs going to be fun. Here we go. Steelers traveling to Carolina. Is our guy Darnold still the starter in Carolina?
Oh, yeah,
All
he's
right.
undefeated.
Steelers are 3-point dogs. Diggs. How does that feel?
Well, they don't know who the backup quarterback that's going to be starting is going to be, so I feel like that's pretty fucking standard.
Got a good squad
Give
around
the
them.
Panthers.
Miles Jack also doubtful.
Okay. You're taking the Panthers minus 3. You know what? Give me the Steelers plus 3. No matter who knows who the quarterback. Maybe Bubby Brister plays
TJ
quarterback.
Watt still playing?
Yes, TJ.
Tomlin's still
banged
coaching?
up with a rib injury, though.
Yeah,
he's banged up, but he's playing, right?
Yeah, but he's been very.
He's tough as nails. He'll be fine, right?
He's been very what?
They just lost their starting one of the starting DNs to ACL for the year.
Jesus.
Who?
Wormley.
Steelers?
When it rains, it
I
pours.
was just going to say that.
Give me the Panthers.
Cool. Give me the Steelers.
It will be a home game. For
They
the
come in
boys,
bunches,
so.
Con. You know that, right? Turnovers. I'm going to hit all the cliches. Okay, Cowboys traveling to Jacksonville, taking on the Jags.
What is the deal?
Yes.
This
Another
is-
line.
yeah,
What do you
No
mean?
sense.
I'm confused. What do you
People
mean?
give the Jags a lot of credit.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay, give me the Jags plus 4. I'm going strictly off instincts in the moment, and that's what I feel right now.
Okay, I'll take the Cowboys minus 4. Just strictly
I
off
want the
of,
Cowboys to win, honestly, though. I want them to win as a fan of a lot of people on their staff because they have a ton of old Green Bay people there.
Big Mike.
But the Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't know why.
How
right
is
now.
that
I like
4
your
points?
instinct, dude. Read your instinct.
I
Read your
have to
instinct.
trust my instincts. I could go 0-17 or whatever. We'll see. This is how I have to do it.
That's down in Duval.
Yeah.
So
We know that old
Jackson-
buddy's going to be jumping around, right, before
Exactly.
the game?
Yeah, Jacksonville is going to bring his A game. So maybe that's what they're judging in here is like the Jacksonville pool parties and the Jacksonville people and the Florida people
Good ball
going.
club, too.
Are they
They-
just
they
counting on
are
the
good.
Cowboys just laying an egg? Is that what they're counting on?
Yeah,
I don't know. Jacksonville's good. Jacksonville's good.
Yeah, Jacksonville's offense the last couple weeks. I mean, last week
Yeah.
especially. Like, they looked great.
All right, I'll take the Cowboys.
All right.
Got TY too.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Oh.
I would like the Cowboys to win, but I'm picking Jacksonville plus 4 on this one. Okay. Cardinals, Broncos, here we go,
Poop
everybody.
ball. Yep, Simeon
Here.
versus McCoy.
This is the national TV game, right? Is this like Romo?
Are there two
Yeah.
worst franchises as far as like on fire in the NFL right now?
Dude.
It's hard to look at the Broncos like that. Like they're such a historic franchise. So
I
the
was
Cardinals
I
are a
was
good
mainly,
franchise
I was
too. though.
mainly leading to GM's not there. The O-line coach stuff that's going on. Cliff and Kyler hate each
So
other.
the GM
Kyler ACL.
took a health
the color
related-
commentator
Color
just got his
commentator,
fourth
third
DUI.
DUI. He got fired.
The color commentator.
I believe that's the St. Louis Cardinals.
No.
Isn't it?
I thought it was Arizona.
It might be the
Thought it was
play-by-play guy.
Arizona as well.
Either way.
Maybe not.
Either way, I mean, it's that.
So what's going on out there, man?
That building is
too much fun.
Phoenix is awesome.
Yeah.
It's tough to.
Tough
I think
to
it's tough to
focus.
stay focused.
Too many temptations.
These tough photos out there. Phoenix is such a great city. And
Well, with that being said, who do you think is going to win this ball game? The Cardinals are 3-point dogs in Denver.
give me the Cardinals plus 3. That game's going to be a 1-point game.
Do we know if Russ is playing or not?
Not.
Any word on his concussion water helping or anything?
I don't know if it takes.
I mean, this would be the time, right, to wheel it out.
Oh, yeah, I had some people mention our coverage of Team 3 to me last night in Seattle.
Really?
As in what?
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that sometime in the Thunderdome.
Hell yeah.
I assume they liked it.
In the think tank.
Assume it's a positive reaction.
He was limited. He was limited in practice yesterday.
Oh, he's playing.
All right, sweet. He's playing. That's Wolverine blood. It's pumping through his brain.
A lot of great things out in front of him. Made a lot of plays in the past. Going to make a lot in the future, Pat. So give me the Cardinals at +3 on that game. What about you?
Yeah, 1 point game we both think. So that would have been a 2 for there. Patriots, Raiders. Here we go. Bill Belichick traveling to Josh McDaniels' new home out here in Sin City. I will say that this particular game might be the reason why we're going to have to say that Derek Carr is...
You having a stroke?
I'm bouncing back and forth here, dude. I think this could be the end. I mean, could you imagine the Patriots beat this team?
Puts it over the top, though, right?
I think Josh Jacobs just got named a captain, too.
Yeah, he did.
That's good. That's good vibes. That's good mojo over there. But if, like, the Patriots beating this Raiders team would be crazy because the Raiders... You know, it seems like, and this is us just judging on the short-term history here, they'll win a bunch of games we don't expect them to win, and then in the end, they're not there, right? And then, are they in the middle of doing that right now? Are they in the middle of winning and playing good football and stuff like that? And are they turning it around? Are the Raiders going to be okay?
I know where I'm going.
Patriots stayed out there all week. They had Arizona on Monday night, and they've been out there
in
since.
Vegas. They stayed
in Vegas,
Arizona, because
Scottsdale. We just said what happened in Scottsdale.
I believe Jeb Fish, the former QB coach for the Patriots, who's now the head coach at Arizona, they practiced there all week.
They did.
I am torn. AJ, what do you like here?
I like the Raiders -1.5. I think this is the time when the Raiders might win some games. I really do.
Fool. We thought they were good, and then who'd they lose to last week?
Baker and the Rams.
Correct.
Either way, we don't know. But I think the Raiders.
They didn't have a book on Baker. They're drawing up plays in the sand.
You're right.
I like the Raiders as well. Give it to me.
Okay, good. I like that pick. Next one, Tennessee.
Bad pick.
Tennessee playing the Chargers 4:25 on Sunday. Tennessee's 3-point dogs. Still confused by that as well.
Well, because
give me the Chargers.
Yeah, the whole Vrabel coach thing has kind of gone down the tube since they got embarrassed last week and the week before.
Oh, I forgot they got embarrassed. Like
what? You're claiming Braves isn't a good coach anymore? Is that what they're saying?
No, they got embarrassed at home 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, but now we're on the road, and they think it's going to continue against the Chargers.
What was that? What did he just say about Braves there?
I don't know. What's going on? Is something out there with Braves that we don't know?
No, I'm just saying we had that whole conversation after the Packers Titans primetime game.
Yeah. So what are you saying now?
You're saying he's not a good coach?
I'm saying the script has kind of been flipped these past 2 weeks. So if anything, I'm saying that we're due for the opposite of what we've been seeing.
Oh, Braves back.
Yes, but this is also similar to the Patriots must win for the Chargers.
I'm taking Titans +3 here all day long. I think they're going to win the game. What about you, Pat?
These are tough. This is a tough lineup this week, huh?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of what's
huge
going on?
games.
What's the deal?
All of them seem almost impossible. The more we pick them, the harder it seems to get as the season goes because,
this season
which team are we going to get?
Cluster.
What do we get each week to week? It's so hard. I feel like
it's a clusterfuck. These games, 5-year low in scoring, and then some defenses go, and then every once in a while, some team would just lay an egg out of nowhere, and it's like not a deal. And then some teams rattle off like 4 straight losses. This year has been absurd. Give me the Chargers.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I like it.
The perfect example of that, too, is the Jags. Like, the Jags, they'll suck 1 week, and then there'll be a massive spread, and then they will beat the team outright as the underdog, and then they come back here against the Cowboys, who have been one of the best teams in the league, and they're only 4-point dogs. Yeah,
what do they know? What do they know that we don't know? These odds makers.
I don't know. It's changed, though. We know stuff now.
Yeah.
Remember, we won a Super Boost.
And that was the thought last night. And you guys are both 1-0, too. Is that, this is weird. This shouldn't be a 3-point spread. You guys ignored it because you're smarter than that. We know what we know now.
They're worried about us now. You're right. The FanDuel guy's worried about us. The dude with the accent.
They're worried about us overthinking.
We don't have a spread problem. They have an us problem.
But bingo.
Yeah. And they know if we trust our instincts, we don't lose.
They don't stand a chance.
All right, FanDuel, they're screwed. That's a bad partnership they just made with you last year, Pat.
Better call the Federal
Reserve. You're damn right.
We're taking it all.
I need a loan.
We're taking it all. Okay, Bengals travel to Tampa Bay, take on Tom Brady in the squad, 425. On Sunday, Bengals are 3.5-point favorites.
Give me the Bengals.
Yep.
Give me the Bengals. This is the Bengals time of year, I feel.
Bucks stink.
Isn't it? And do the Bucks stink?
Brady?
Do they stink?
Hey, run that video. Run that video.
Run that video. Oh, yeah, we want to run the video, Tone?
Before you get those stats, Tone, I didn't know this video existed until Foxy sent it to me this morning and said, hey, we have this video.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Is this the whole thing or just the back end of it, Foxy?
Back end.
Okay, so he was asked about coaches. There was a report that coaches are learning of game plan changes during the game that Tom Brady, Bucks Wire, Tom Brady tweaks game plans. Coaches discover changes during the games, okay, which would be a wild miscommunication malpractice. Like, that would be an insane thing to happen during the games. Like, oh, we ran that play differently than we were practicing it all week. I didn't know that was going to happen. That's what coaches are saying. That's hilarious. This is what Tom Brady said whenever he was asked about that, basically.
No, I have no idea. I mean, anybody could write anything and say whatever they want. So, no.
Answer.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that did sound right. So.
Yeah. I'm not going to respond to every. Next question.
So he didn't answer it.
It's weird.
He didn't answer the question.
That ain't Tom.
He didn't answer the question. He did sound perturbed. I'm not going to answer every single fucking rumor, which I can understand, by the way. I can.
I get it.
For sure.
I get it.
But I wish we would have asked AQ about this in the middle of this, but that seems like drama. This team here has just had he misses training camp, and then Todd Bowles misses something. He misses some more. It's like drama. I don't understand how it's happened. I hope.
Is he a bad guy for changing it?
No, he's Tom Brady.
If he's changing,
so why would he
plays?
not say yes?
I don't know, because it's probably being reported as like a negative, and he doesn't want to. I don't know.
If it is happening, maybe it's something that's not really talked about much, and the coaches know, like Tom's going to come undercut. I don't know.
Makes the coaches kind of seem pretty inept.
And he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to publicly do that to his team and his coaches too. If it is changed, like I don't know. What do you got? Do you think he's doing it?
Isn't it also possible that he was doing this?
What's
shit
it mean?
Last year and the year before, and like they were having success, and it's not a big deal. But now they're not winning games, so it's like he's coming under fire for doing it.
Like if he's changing things and everyone's not on the same page, that's a big deal. Like if other players are like, wait, I thought we were doing it this way, and no one knows, but that's not the case, is it? What do we?
AJ, what's it mean? What's this mean?
If he's, will you pop the quote up again? I want to see what the quote was saying he did. What exactly are they saying Tom does?
Change game plan.
Okay, here, tell us.
Tweak game plan, and they see the change.
Coaches discover changes during games. If he's tweaking the game plan, they're going to notice before the game because he's going to run it during the week. In practice, they're going to be. I heard the report that they turn in the whole game plan comes in, and then Tom kind of changes it overnight, and they come in Thursday morning or whatever, and it has Tom's changes to it.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of, and Pat, we've talked about this with the man in the arena, is that Bill Belichick, they used to watch film until Saturday, and on
Sunday morning, day of.
Yeah, they'll come in and they'll see something on film they saw Saturday night, they'll change it on Sunday, and then use that, even if on Wednesday they were doing a completely different thing. So I could see it being that, because Tom probably carried that to Tampa.
Probably little tweaks here and there that Tom does, that he has learned over the years. It could just be not a big deal at all.
Explains a lot, though.
If he's doing,
I don't know. What do you mean, Tone?
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear what you mean.
Like I assume, like with him and his ex, they like had plans all week to go to Applebee's, and then they're in the car and they pull into the Olive Garden parking lot, and she's like, "What the fuck are we doing here?" Okay.
I thought I was getting half price apps.
Yeah.
What are they doing in the Olive Garden?
I thought I
parking
was
lot?
getting fucking Terramana fucking Ritas. Yeah.
But here we are at OG's, and I got to eat these fucking breadsticks again.
Man, it all makes sense.
Diggs, thanks for
It
wrapping
does.
a bow on
That
that.
might be. Nobody has brought that up on maybe being the reason why they're in the predicament they're in, and we hope everybody's happy long term there. Obviously, both of them. But that thing about Bill Belichick changing shit like day of game, I don't think that's normal. Like I think that's why the NFL world reacted the way it did whenever it was man in the arena. Like Belichick and who's the old guy used to be?
Ernie Adams.
Ernie Adams would go out during warm-ups and have eyes on a player, and I guess they would come back in and like pull the iPad out and be like, hey, we were thinking about doing this all week. We've been talking about this. We just got eyes on this guy. He's not looking as good as he was, last week or whatever. We're actually going to change it to this. So whenever you see this, we're going to change it. They're making those all the way up until kickoff time. I think when most teams are not doing that, AJ. Is that right?
I think you're correct. Most teams will not change it right up until game time. A lot of times, I'm sure you saw this, Pat, when you're practicing on Friday would be our last real practice. Is that Ernie Adams? Yeah. And if we had say you had a call on defense, like a blitz, or an offense had a play that they liked, but normally we talk about it on defense. If there's a blitz the linebackers liked, if we messed it up on Thursday, our coach would be like, you guys, if you don't get it right tomorrow, we're throwing this thing out.
Yeah.
And if we put it on film in practice in one of the 30 plays we run on Friday and we mess it up for a second time, there's no chance that's going to be in the game plan. Like, it's gone.
Throw it out.
Yep.
Yeah, they did that all the way up to the Super Bowl too. Pat, I'm not sure if you remember. I think you showed me this. Is the Julio Jones? They went out against Atlanta. They went out and watched.
Foot.
Yeah, in his foot, he couldn't break one way, so they changed how they were going to cover him.
And that's day of Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah. Let alone week 15. Yeah.
And I would assume that whenever Tom started doing that, I assume he's always done that. But when he started doing that with these coaches that maybe didn't always do it, it was quite a. You want to change? We've literally practiced this. Yeah, well, it's not going to work. We just found out it's not going to work. So let's just do this. Like, that's easy change. Everybody just needs to, hey, listen, instead of doing this, now you're doing this on that. And there's going to be some people in there big, okay, because that's the thing the Patriots are. Like, everybody's smart football players, right? Like, high football IQ.
Week to week.
It's not easy to necessarily do that everywhere, maybe. You know, AJ? Maybe that's a thing.
Yeah, when they're losing 35-7 against the Niners, I think there's more than just, game plan changes Brady's making that's causing them trouble, too.
You think they're throwing him under the bus right now?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like
bit,
that,
yeah.
yeah. Very easy to point to the guy who, and hey, I'm not going to stand up for Brady at any point, but it's easy to throw the guy who missed training camp, who's going through all the off-the-field stuff under the bus, who's bringing negative attention to the team. You can throw them under the bus, but, when they talk about Leonard Fournette, they're not talking about him being 300 pounds this season. It's two completely.
That was a big deal in camp.
Yeah,
it was.
Well, he's big body.
Big body.
All right, so give me the Bengals.
Yep. I got the Bengals as well. Here, last one for us to pick before the Monday night game. Sunday Night Football, New York Giants, 4.5-point dogs against the Washington Commanders. What is the world coming to? What are we doing? How are they dogs to the Commanders? I guess, I don't know. All of these
Commanders,
lines throw me off.
76% chance to make the playoffs.
You're right. I'm
Commanders
not
are in a
as.
good spot.
I acted like I was flabbergasted by that line. I am not anymore. I don't know why I initially reacted that way to this line.
You were thinking of Carson's Commanders.
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't want to make it a shot at anybody, but I think I was.
These are Taylor's.
Well, and also the Giants at the beginning of the year were a wagon.
Look at this line.
Like the beginning of the years.
Yeah, Green Bay and London.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're jacked. Those professional guys right there, AJ. They're jocked. They're jocked.
So
They're jocked. Just like you. Hey, great graphic here, Dirty. Great graphic.
I see it, Gertie.
Chase Young playing?
I believe
Is this the one he's back
believe
for?
He might be.
I think this is the one they had circled.
What if he just goes off? Six
Dude,
sacks.
this is tough.
Pick six.
Heineke's always in a dogfight, isn't he?
Yeah, 4.5's a lot, it feels like, for a division game.
Like, I think Commanders win.
Feels like
That's what the
Heineke grits out and finds a way to win.
20.
Sunday Night Football.
4.5. Give me the Giants plus 4.5.
Yeah.
Give me the Washington Commanders. Minus 4.5.
Oh, you're okay. Call me apologist.
What'd you call me? Did you say another word?
Call me apologist.
No, you said something else though, a different word. When someone likes to watch someone do something with their spouse. Did you call me that?
Cuckold? No,
Yeah,
I didn't call you
I'm
that.
just checking. It's fine if you did. Words can't hurt.
Calm down, boys. Calm down.
How you doing over there, Pat?
You guys just doing your little cuck conversation. I'm just, to be honest, I think I just got a little tired.
What do you do the rest of the day?
I got a production thing coming up here in a
You
little
going
bit.
to practice?
I think
Do you have to
yeah, I think we got a talk thing. Yeah,
do you have to go to like a dance off between the two teams that they always do? The day
You got to
before the
MC
game?
it. Yeah,
That's not what the Vegas Bowl. The Vegas Bowl is about ball.
Oh,
Hell
okay.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Respect.
You guys going
The
out
Vegas
to the Bunny
Bowl-
Ranch? Isn't that out there?
No,
Yeah, it is. Rest in
Where
peace.
people go
I don't think
fornicate and it's legal?
Yeah, rest in
I don't think
peace.
it's in Las Vegas though. I think that's
outside.
out of here.
It's like
Yeah,
a 40,
it's about 45
minute
minutes away.
drive. Yeah.
Why'd you guys know so fast?
Just traffic.
Because I was a big Dennis Hoff fan.
Yeah.
May he
Rest
rest
in
in
peace.
peace.
Didn't Lamar
12
have
and a
like a
half miles.
residency there?
Yeah, he damn near
Odom?
died there.
Yeah, Lamar Odom. He had like legit was like a house there. I
Army
thought.
Amy was there.
Who?
They had a show. Yeah, I remember
Air
they had
Force,
a show.
Air
Their
Force
HBO
Amy.
had a show back in
Air
the day.
Force
yeah,
Amy.
about
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Army Amy.
There was one time I was in Vegas. There was one time I was out here when I was young, and I think somebody approached us with like an opportunity to go meet Air Force Amy or whatever. Like I think that was, and they pitched that show. What was the show? The name of the show?
Was it Cat House?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you
That
mean
it
the
is.
opportunity to go meet her?
Yeah, like she was doing a meet and greet. I don't know if that was at the fuck place or it was at like down the strip here in Vegas,
bookstore?
but nonetheless, that's like they were presenting. That's how I learned of that show. Like a promoter, was telling me that I could come meet her, and I was like, "Who? That's a great name. Who is this?" And I was excited. Like, is this a? I didn't know what it was, and then she's a star of the show Cat House. I said, Cat House, what's this? And it was like a 15-minute conversation I had with said person, got all the information. Didn't get her autograph. It felt like it was just a ploy to get us down to that bunny thing.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
It was, yeah.
It's a haul, though. I heard it's a haul. I was just told it's a long drive. I didn't know the exacts. It's fucking out there, though. Middle of the desert. I'm trying not to drive out in the middle of the desert.
No thanks.
I remember watching the HBO show. Like, how awkward would that be? Dudes like walk in, there's a little bar, and they like have a lineup, right? And these dudes are hanging out, like talking to each other, and then it's like, okay, let's just slip back here. How does that work?
I don't know.
I think exactly
It's
what you
interesting.
just said.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying, I'm just talking like the initial awkwardness. Wouldn't it be really weird?
I don't think those
All of
dudes
it.
care.
Yeah, if you're
It's a
checking
different
in
breed.
at the
Like I'm saying,
bunny
no, I
ranch,
don't-
I don't think you're worried about that.
No judgment either way. I'm just saying I don't get the whole.
Hey, Hoff
if you
made a
put
lot,
yourself in
right?
the shoe-
Yeah, he made a shitload
yeah.
of money.
That guy was a marketing genius,
Yeah.
wasn't he? I'm sure he has things all over the place.
It's 6 hours and 22 minutes away from Vegas.
6 hours?
Can't be true.
These guys said 45-minute drive.
Is that on walk?
Yeah, is that walking?
Yeah, are you walking there?
Oh, I hope he did. Or do you click bicycle on the directions? It has that too.
I'm telling
he
you,
will
it
if he
sounded
has to.
like it sounded like it was a haul.
Z, did we get
the
part
amount
of
of
that?
people that have made the trek.
I'm doing more research here.
I don't think Lamar's driving
6
6.5
hours.
hours from Vegas.
6 hours.
That
I
just
don't know.
doesn't seem
I don't know.
fiscally responsible.
Well, he had a one-way ticket. He wasn't leaving, so I don't know if it mattered.
I tell you, has he made a full recovery, Lamar Odom?
I
Has anyone
believe
seen
so.
him? Like, is he walking, talking, everything's cool? Because he was in rough shape.
People thought he was dead.
I don't know how he didn't die.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah. They came into the room and there were like 100 empty Red Bulls and like a bunch of buckets of KFC. Yeah, it was like bad
What?
news.
Oh, yeah.
He's killing Red Bulls like that?
Yeah, I think that was, ticker. That was one of the issues.
Well, dong pills too, I'm guessing, right? A lot of those?
Yeah, a lot of those as well.
Wait, so what is this?
Bunny Ranch is up north, and then Vegas is down south there. So it's in Carson City.
That far of a drive, really?
Carson City?
So it's not even close to Vegas.
Yeah, unless I have the wrong direction.
Is it still in the same state?
For the ranch.
This one says 80 miles northeast of Vegas.
There you go. That sounds a little more palatable.
Oh, there's
than-
more. There's multiple
You guys
places.
got franchises.
Yeah, of
multiple
course.
establishments, right?
Like Tim Hortons.
Man.
What
Don't
a
go out
moment.
there, Pat. Don't go
Like
out
at
there.
Tim Hortons.
Don't you worry about me, buddy. I think you're going to see me in a couple different places. This
So-
hotel room, a blackjack table,
What?
and Allegiant Stadium.
Hell
That's
yeah.
about all you're going to see.
You know, you can in Vegas. They can still like smoke cigs at the table, so you can probably smoke
Goddamn
dope at the
right.
table.
Yeah, like my wife's out here for the Odell concert. Just so
Oh,
happened to be like same weekend, and Herb Street invited me out to call the Vegas Bowl alongside him or whatever. And it was like, all right, sweet, we'll just kind of make a weekend of it or whatever.
Nice.
My wife pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday she has like a superhero sense of smell. So I guess yesterday she was walking around, and the texts that I was getting from her were like, people still very much smoke inside casinos or whatever out here. I'm like, really? 2022, she was just, I guess there's smoke everywhere.
It's the only place
downstairs.
left. I think it's the only place left,
Yeah.
really, you can smoke indoors, isn't it?
Last
Pretty
great
much.
American
You can
establishment.
smoke in casinos around here.
Can you?
Oh, yeah. Iowa, too.
Buffalo.
Where?
Around here. You can smoke in all the casinos around here.
You know what
Evansville.
was sweet is the encore at the Wynn there at Derek Jeter's charity event that I'd go to a couple
Whoa.
times.
Geez.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah,
Geez, this guy knows Jeter.
drop it, yeah,
Boom,
all over the
boom,
place.
boom.
But there's like a bar there at the encore thing we'd sit at, and I could sit there at the bar and smoke cigars indoors.
Yeah.
in a bar, which I've never done. And that's the only place you're able to do that.
So am I allowed to just smoke dope there then? Probably, huh?
Probably,
Whatever
yeah.
you want.
Especially if it's
Sure,
legal.
why not?
Whatever you want, pal.
Maybe.
Planet 13's out here, that weed dispensary store. I'm going to try to make some time for it.
Yeah,
Is that
get that
famous?
coffee too. That fucking coffee there was unbelievable.
It was. They had
Actually.
great,
Oh, from a
great
dispensary?
cafe.
I know it was like a cafe. It was just
Oh,
like
just good coffee.
Yeah,
This dispensary is like a Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
It has a cafe inside of it.
Bucky's.
It has like 89 registers.
Hell yeah.
Callback, Z, a couple
Hell
days
yeah.
ago.
Love Buc-ee's.
Texas.
Gas station. Hell yeah. Walmart gas
Well, you can do that if
Buc-ee's.
you're probably at a production meeting. So will you talk to both coaches today?
So they had meetings earlier in the week with one set of the coaches. Remember, they scheduled them for 12 Eastern.
Yeah,
So I was not
during
able
the
to.
show. Yeah,
I was not able to make it.
tough.
So I think I'm only talking to one team, which means I'll probably be pretty
pulling for that.
one team slanted.
If we hear you say, now we were talking to Coach Johnson yesterday. Like, if we hear you continue to talk about only one team, then we know.
Yeah, you also hear me say, like, heard we got a chance to chat with, like whoever else. Didn't you say that he said? What did you say that he said? A lot of that.
Have you seen Dave Pasch yet?
I have not. I think I'm about to go meet him.
He's good. He's got big time pipes. He really does.
Oh yeah.
He works with Walton, right? That's all everybody said.
Mm-hmm.
Bill.
I heard he's a great guy. The producer, I guess, great dude. I guess everybody that's part of this, great people.
Nice. Well, it should be fun, man. We're going to have to watch. What time's the game kick off?
2:30.
Don't worry about it, okay?
2:30
Eastern. You do what you got to do. You'll see us on Twitter. Gumpy will be ripping vids.
Hey, baby Gump.
Maybe I will, Pat. Well, we're gonna drop off for the weekend, Pat. Okay. We're gonna drop off this line. Take a little bit of a break.
We fucking hit the super boost, AJ.
Hell yeah! Plus 750. Plus 750. That's you hit it at that number too. Like that's a big deal.
Huge
so
deal.
Here we go. It's on from here.
We're about to have the greatest weekend of all time. Vegas Bowls tomorrow. There's NFL games on Saturday, NFL games on Sunday. Overreaction Monday on the other side. Then we got Week 16, Week 17, Week 18. Super wild card weekend, divisional round, championship round, Super Bowl, Pro Bowl in between there.
Christmas.
Let's go.
Woo! Hell yeah!
And human side, Christmas, New Year's,
Natty,
Kwanzaa,
semifinal,
Pentecost,
Chinese New Year,
Boxing Day.
Australians New Year,
Is that
Boxing
for real
Day.
boxing?
What?
Yeah, I think they just wake up and everybody just starts fucking swinging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, was that video of Jake Paul real?
I don't.
That
think
wasn't
so.
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
It's not Jake Paul.
Yeah, I
if you
didn't think
look.
so either.
I thought it was. I watched it a bunch.
Did you?
I watched
the
a bunch
dude hit him with
like,
a spinning
standing
back
back-
elbow though. Like
He was
back.
not
I'm like, is this MMA or is it boxing? What are we doing?
What happens?
Well, he got
He
whooped.
got dinged up a bit and got
Yeah.
a little wobbly. Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't think it was Jake Paul though. To be honest, I'm like Jake Paul's way too athletic to look like that. I think
That,
Like, was my
there's
natural
no way
judgment.
that was Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And if it was a work.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think.
And
I just
don't
think
work
it was Jake
yourself
Paul.
into a work trying to think it's a work unless it's a shoot.
Well said.
And that's for
With that
sure.
being said,
Well said, brother.
Pat, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back on Monday. I don't know if there's anything you want to sign off to the great listeners and everybody, but good luck this weekend, man. We can't wait to watch you.
I do, AJ. You know what? You're right. Thank you for this opportunity, AJ.
Yep.
And thank you for traveling from Ohio over to Indiana on Fridays to host this program live from the Thunderdome. You look fantastic in that cap, and you look fantastic behind that desk. You're an absolute gentleman. Thank you for spending time out of your life and saying something nice about me to The Athletic. Ty, you too.
You got it.
To everybody else in that building, you all know it. I try to tell you as much as possible. I think I do say it a lot. I should say it more. I think maybe I should go to the top of the hilltops and get one of those Viking things. None of this is possible without you guys. So I appreciate the hell out of all of you. You know how important you are to everything, I hope. If I don't show it, I will. I think I do. But if I don't, I would try to show it even more next year. And let's keep this thing rolling. And to everybody that watches, the fucking YouTube thing that got emailed to me, there's no way that's real, right? Everybody makes up numbers. 5.7 billion minutes watched of people on our YouTube channel. Did you hear this?
Oh, yeah.
I saw the graphic that you put. Yeah, that's.
Thank you
You'll have
all
to wrap your head
so
around
much to spend your lives and allow us to be a part of your lives. We are so incredibly grateful for. We'll continue to do this show free for as long as we can, for as long as we think it serves a little bit of a mental vacation. We will make mistakes. We are obviously a dumb show. We try to cover things at a different angle. We try to celebrate sports as much as possible. And I'm just very grateful for everybody and everything. That was a really cool thing that I got titled today. Normally, I would not care about this type of stuff. Normally, I would lose these types of things. But whenever you hear people you respect say nice things about you, you can't help but feel a little funny inside. And maybe it's because I got a baby girl on the way and I'm about to have feelings I've never had before. But I got a little sentimental reading that thing. So I thank everybody for all of this fucking life that I get to live. You all are the best humans on earth. And it's a fucking joy of a life. I thank you all so much. You too, AJ. Thank you, buddy.
That's awesome, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, and good luck this
Hell
weekend,
yeah.
man. We are pumped. We will see everybody on Monday.